to make sure that we continue our job. The name is Shay Foley, and one more time, you're welcome to Prime Morning. Well, today being Friday again, it's all about entertainment, giving you some more highlights on all the happenings all through the week. Well, we're talking from protests in the U.S. To beefs in Ghana, right here among the sisters, the ladies, the female MCs, as well as even a big conversation about Becca, who recently put out a tweet and talking about how we should also focus and give the same equal amount of support to issues in Ghana as opposed to following the BLM trend going on in the US, which has sparked a huge controversy on social media as well. We'll show you some of the retweets coming from and comments coming from persons like Lydia Forson and a few other personalities who have also shared, Amakia Bebrese, yes, who have also shared a few opinions about Becca's tweet. Well, these are huge trends across our entertainment sector. I'll be taking a critical look at some of them this morning as my resource persons will be joining me on the show. Well, so if you're ready, I am ready as well. The show is proudly brought to you by Fan Milk. I've got amazing news from Fan Milk for you, that Fan Milk is actually saying that you can place an order and have some Fan Milk products brought to your home instead of coming out to go grab it, okay? So I'll tell you how that works later on. I want to say a very big thank you to Sir Artist. Well, thank you so much for your commitment, loyalty, and time in making us feel and look good. Name is Jay Foley. Don't go away. Coming up next is our Daily Nugget, and that's how we're starting off the show. Well, this morning, our Daily Nuggets is from Dawn Zimmer. Now, Dawn Zimmer says, what you lack in talent can be made up with desire, hustle, and given 110% all the time. And that figure is what even give me the ticks. Now, he says, what you lack in talent can be made up with desire, hustle, and given 110 all the time. Not 100, but 110% all the time. Now, more on Dawn Zimmer. Full name is Donald William Zimmer. Now, he was born in 1931 on January 17th. Now, he was an American infielder, manager, and coach in Major League Baseball. And there you have him on your screens now. Some facts about him this morning. Now, Zimmer was involved in professional baseball for a span of 65 years and signed on with Brooklyn Dodgers as an amateur free agent in 1941. Now, that's just when the World War started. The World War II started, I think. Oh, no, it was 1939, yes, to 1945. Now, in 12 seasons, Zimmer played 1,095 games. He compiled 773 hits plus 91 home runs, 352 RBIs, and 45 stolen bases, and 235 batting average. These are technical languages when it comes to baseball. Now, the wisdom he left behind implies that the concept that success is formed in the mind before it's manifested in reality, something that we live with years on. Anyway, that's more about Zimmer this morning. Now let's jump into our shake up and keep fit. There's more lined up on the show for you. BTH, our Prime Sports, more entertainment conversations till the end of the show at 9 o'clock. Don't go away. Jamal comes up next with fitness. Shake up.
Good morning, lovely viewers. We're here again, my team and I. We're here to give you the shake-up. It's all about the shake-up, the morning workout. So you ready? My team are ready. 1, we go 2, good, 3, side, 4, nice one, 5, 6, let's go, 7, 8, 9, 10, very good, very good. Okay, so now let's go. We go 1, let's go, change to the side, 2, we go 3, very good, 4, let's go, 5, 6, very good, 7, 8, 9, 10, very good, give me 5 more, 1, we go 2, 3, very good, 4, 5, 6, let's go, 6, okay, very good, very good, now let's go, warm up, let's go, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go. Give me 10 more. Go, go. Up, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now watch. Let's go. Open. We go. Let's go. 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 Keep going. Okay. Start counting. 1. Let's go. Go. 2. We go. 3. Let's go. 4. Good. 5. Let's go. 6. 7. Let's go. 7. Go. 8. 9. 10. Let's go. Give me 10 more. Go. 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 10 more. 1. Let's go. 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 2. Let's go. 3. 4. Nice one. 5. 6. Go. 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 7. Let's go. Let's go. 7. 8. 9. 10. Very good. Very good. Very good. 10. Now pick it up. Pick it up. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go. Face this side. Let's go. Go. Keep going. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go. Go. Give me 10 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We have 2 more. Let's go. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go. 6. Go. 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, last one. Last one. Let's go. Keep going. Don't stop. That's the last one. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Very good. Stretch. Stretch. 10 seconds rest. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Stretch. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it up. Let's go. We go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, change. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. All right, up, up, up. Okay, let's go. Stretch up. Yeah, let's go. Up. Very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Take it same way. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go. We go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, change. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Let's go. Let's go. We go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Very good. Let's go. Go. Side. Let's go side. Side. Now we go with the waist. Let's go. 1, 2. We go. 3. We go. 4. Okay. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Catch you same time tomorrow. It's all about a shakeout. Stay safe.
It's all about the shake-up. Yes, Monday to Friday, you can catch him right after our daily nugget. He comes away to actually keep you fit each and every day. Hey, Daniel, good morning.
It's all about the shake-up.
It's all about the shake-up.
It's all about the news flash.
I see some headlines trending across almost all the papers with regards to Jean Mensa. Need to answer why the voters' ID is being taken out as a requirement for.
Yes, so the court have asked the Electoral Commission to present a legal basis for their decision on Monday. That's the 8th of June. So it's going to be a very interesting Monday as we check out what's happening in court. By then, we should have some clarity. Now, let me give you some filler. Remember when Abu Ramadan went to court to say that the NHIA card as a health insurance card should not be used as a form of identification for the voter registration? The Supreme Court then said, they sort of made a comment that the voter ID card can be held as a mode of identification of a Ghanaian. Because you see, the basic question is, who is a Ghanaian? How can we tell that Jay Foley is a Ghanaian? Is it your voter ID card that can tell? Or is it?
But all these ID cards have actually gone through you go through what is required for you to.
Here's the basis for it. Everyone who is on the voters register has a voter ID card, right? Good. The argument is that not everyone who is on the voter register is a Ghanaian. Because some persons got on the voter register illegally. The second thing is that not everyone who is on the voter register went on as someone who is 18. Some of them were under 18. So even for the Ghanaians, some of them were not 18 yet.
So it has to be
because the voter register is compromised, not everyone who has a voter ID card is a Ghanaian.
And we can't use that to vote, can we?
Now that is the arguments that have been advanced by the NPP since 2015. The Electoral Commission also adds that their data systems are end of the line and all of that. So it's more affordable if we actually compile a new voter register. But if you're compiling a new voter register, why don't you accept the old voter register as a way of putting people on there? That's when the question of, not everyone who has a card is a Ghanaian comes in. You see, so from the beginning, you understand that argument. So that's why we brought the NIA 2 weeks ago. The reason, the question is that, who is a Ghanaian and how do we know?
That identification is going to be a big conversation on Monday, but definitely not in this house. I'm sure with SC and the EC, we'll take that. But before that, real quickly, Joy Prime brings you a legendary performance this Sunday. Yes, join us live this Sunday at 4 p.m. As veteran guitarist Akablay will perform, a lot of the songs. Now, it's to mark his 55 years of good life. Now, Akablay at 55 virtual concert will feature Trigmatic as well. And remember, it's Sunday 4 p.m. live on Joy Prime, so you don't have to miss out.
Now, the tension is heightened and anxiety is indescribable as the competition nears its finale. Who wins the ultimate package of over 80,000 Ghana cedis? I'll tell you who, my future best friend. Plus a one-year recording deal for 2 singles under management. Watch Prime Studio this and every Saturday on Joy Prime at 8 p.m. Remember, you have the power to choose who makes it to the finale this Saturday, the 6th of June 2020. That's just tomorrow. So text PS followed by the name of your favorite contestants to the short code 1903. That's 1903 on all networks. 1903, remember that's there 15 years before the Spanish influenza that killed 50 million people over the world.
1903.
1903.
I mean, when you talk about the 1900s, just keep Yas Santua also in mind. Around that era, she was doing her
she was doing her we no go do.
We no go do.
True feminism.
I know, right?
Prime Studio rock the world, bro.
Well, we'll tell you more about stuff coming up as well, but News Flash takes its next step right now.
It's all about the news flash, like we said earlier. I'm going to start you off with the Finder newspaper. 25.9% drop in blood donation in 5 months of 2020 due to COVID-19 pandemic. That's a very worrying story. COVID is slapping every sector of our lives.
Everything.
Man. And blood donations are also going down. You can imagine people are not going to healthcare facilities in the first place.
Yeah,
and people already had, a sort of a mindset about blood donation.
And now that there's coronavirus, it's worsening the case. Daniel, real quickly. So I was at Makola yesterday, walking through town with a friend who was going to buy a few things, and I said to myself that Honestly, there is no social distancing.
Nope.
Very few persons have the nose mask on.
Yep.
Very few places you can actually wash your hands if you even had to touch something. I mean, this issue.
How long did you walk before you saw a Veronica bucket or a tap to wash your hands?
Well, to be honest, with the Veronica buckets, you see it at the entrance of most shops.
Okay.
But the question is that even these buckets I felt were, excuse me to say, but I would not want to touch them.
Because they weren't kept well.
Exactly.
They were not very hygienic.
So it was rather worrying, you know. And in the nose mask, oh no, I'm telling you, just about 1% of the people I saw there had nose masks on.
So you made a statement this week that has always stayed with me. The places that put us at higher risk are being left open.
Yes.
But the places where we can
have
actually control the numbers.
Yes.
Are not being open. So I'll give you an example. The front page of the final newspaper, the chief imam, Sheikh Nuhu Sharifutu, good morning, sir. He's urging mosques not to hold Jummah prayers. And if you're a Muslim and you wanted to go for prayers today, the chief imam is urging mosques not to go. So you might want to worship from home. And this is an example of what we were saying.
I'm sure the mosque could have been easily controlled. I mean, that's in my opinion.
You see, there's a single entryway.
Yeah.
And even if there isn't a single one, there are controlled entry points. Okay. And anywhere that you can control the people coming in, you can make sure that, oh, you've done this before you come in. Even coming in, you can stand at this distance before you come in.
Yeah.
You see?
It will surprise you. Even I know the livelihood of persons might be affected heavily with this, but the Okada riders. So yesterday, something I took notice of. So one guy hopped onto the bike and put the helmet on, a passenger, and put the helmet on and then just moved. And at that minute, I was like,
so cringeworthy.
How many people? No, how many people have worn this helmet just before this guy is putting it on?
The virus can stay on surfaces for up to 3 hours, sometimes even longer.
And because of sweat and moisture and everything. So I was like, no, like
the person could even sneeze into the helmet, especially you know those ones that cover your face.
Exactly. I think we should open chest and close markets. Maybe this is serious.
You know what, Jane? You mentioned livelihoods, and I would just want to draw your attention to what the tourism and hospitality sector is doing. $171 million has been lost to COVID-19 in 4 months.
4 months?
Jay Foley, 4 months.
That's life-changing money.
Life-changing money. Now, let me draw a quick, should I say,
chart or graph
for you. The linkage is that tourism is one of the highest earners of foreign exchange in Ghana. The dollars that come into the country, one of the foremost forms is through tourism. Because obviously a lot of foreigners come and pay in dollars, right? If that money is not coming in, that means there will be pressure on the city.
Yeah.
When the currency weakens, that means those who have to buy like our mobile phones and have to buy things from abroad, they need more cities to be able to change to dollars to go and buy that. When that happens, it means the prices of average goods
will go up. Huge.
When that happens, the people who already don't have jobs at home, no.
Worsens. You are seeing by June,
Okay, there's a final one. The Railway has featured this week. Almost
I'm telling you, I'm coming to it in the Daily Graphic
because it's on a final newspaper. Ghana and Amandi Holdings signed $560 million railways contract.
Well, here it says, okay, so yes, in the exchange, so it's 500 million euros as well on the front page of the,
500 million euros and $560 million.
Yes, at the front page of the Daily Graphic, you can see for yourself. That's the main story. And follow-ups: provide legal justification for excluding voters' ID in registration, Supreme Court to EC. And also, our statesman, honorable statesman, our former president, His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings, whose hair is trending all through. Have you seen his okay, not a haircut, it's more like he's left the hair to grow.
It's more of the absence of a haircut.
I'm telling you, the absence of a haircut. All white. You should see the picture as well. He says, let's support EC. Well, maybe you just want to zoom in if you can get that picture. I don't know if there's another bigger one on the papers.
I have one on the New Crusading Guide.
Oh, yeah, there. You can find a much clearer picture on
Papa J and the Fro.
Yes.
Papa J and the Fro.
I like that. I like that. Well, anyway, these are the major stories in the Daily Graphic. Also, 7.4 million Ghana City World Bank funded projects begin in Aguna Swedru. Middle page, World Environmental Day marked. And this one is also on tourism. Apply for permit before commencing operations, says Minister of Tourism Barbara Ting JC. Yes, and
I'm just going to add a quick one to that tourism one. I think some 9 million has been made available to tourism industry players as sort of a relief in the COVID season.
Hey, then I should go for some more.
But the industry that is losing 171 million
investing this amount of money.
The investment we made is 9 million.
Do you feel that in as much as government is pushing in a lot of money to help areas, it is a cover-up to the reality on the ground, which is we are going to be hard hit, have to pay all these monies we are borrowing at a point in time?
You raise a very convincing point. Because it's not just monies that are being borrowed from abroad. The Bank of Ghana is also printing money. This 10 billion that we saw.
Yeah.
That also means that inflation will go up. We need more money to buy a smaller number of goods.
Yeah.
And when the value of our money drops,
worsens.
Thank you very much. Because your salary will not change. This is why inflation is very important. You take 100 cedis to buy a nice pair of shoes. Tomorrow, you need 150 cedis to buy the same pair of shoes. But your salary is still 100 cedis.
Yeah.
So inflation has just taken 50 cedis from your
without even realizing.
And this is something that, as an individual, we have very little control over.
Yeah.
So as for the effects of COVID, I won't exactly call it a cover-up, but the point of the matter is something has to be done.
This is how I see it as. So take it as a parent shielding the child and taking the backstab, but the child doesn't know what's happening at the front. Ghanaians are not too much aware of what's happening, but the government is taking a lot of jabs at the back. And one day, when they turn around for us to see the pain, it's not going to be something else. Anyway, another big story here. Yesterday we spoke about it. Conference Center faces imminent collapse. Engineer warns in the middle page of the Daily Graphic. You might want to read it for yourself as well.
The new crusading guide, or the new weekend crusading guide, is where we are going next, of course, because you've already seen that Rawlings picture. Rawlings blasts NDC intellectuals. There's also EC must work to uphold electoral integrity. Contractors abrogate contract with Ghana First Company cites fraud, abuse, extortion, and breach of agreement. King of Land Guards collapsed in court when grilled over leading attacks in Pantang. And of course, you see there in the top left corner, Dr. Kweko thinks Angel FM takes Accra by a storm.
Well, Daily Guide, real quickly, also front page, court orders EC to justify old card removal. Rawlings demands respect for EC. NPP picks Nana and Bawumia for 2020. And Speaker orders probe into Seglemi. Is it Seglemi House? Saglemi House and fraud. Well, that's news story to me.
Yeah, so what the Minister for Works and Housing mentioned in Parliament was that there was some fraud which went on in the award of that contract.
Okay.
So let me give you a typical analogy. I gave you 10 cedis to buy me one phone. Okay.
What does it sound funny already?
Okay, let me say I gave you 10 cedis to buy 3 phones.
Yes.
When you came back, you've spent 15 cedis and you've used one phone. You bought one phone. That's basically what happened with Saglemi. It's the housing units which were supposed to be provided have not been provided, and the money has been grossly overspent. So actually, the Minister for Works and Housing says that there's a current investigation being done by the Institute of Surveyors.
Okay.
And when that investigation is over, he will then have the evidence to, first of all, pursue the matter criminally, for the Attorney General to prepare a docket, and also to pursue it in a civil manner. The civil case is important because if government wins, that one is not someone going to jail, someone is paying back the money. That's what Martin Amidu won with Woyome.
Okay.
So that Woyome had to pay back the money. It was a civil case. Actually, in that case, Ghana lost the criminal case.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it's quite interesting there. Okay, I'll take you next to, do you want Statesman or Observer? Observer, let's observe. It has another picture of Papa J, top left corner there, but he says this time, respect EC's mandate. He's spoken out. He's echoing what government is saying about the Electoral Commission in this story. And it's very interesting that the founder of the biggest opposition
party is in support of. I think, anyway, I'm very sure there are a lot of sensitive issues between him and the party.
Oh, of course. I mean, at a point, his wife left the party. I remember I was at Kumasi when Samuel Ofosu-Ampofo was being elected as chairman of the party. Sorry, Kofi Potofie, Dr. Kofi Potofie was being elected as chairman of the party before Ofosu-Ampofo. And he made a statement about how then the late Vice President Pakwesi Emisata had spoken so well.
Yeah.
And perhaps there are some things that his wife, as in his wife, Nana Konadu Agyemang, there are some challenges that his wife had with the party. And what he says shows that the party is not so bad at all. Then when he was about to end, he said, but then again, can you blame her? So it means that in the back of his mind, there are still a couple of issues there.
A lot of them.
Anyway, also on the front page of the Ghanaian Observer, upon Nkrumah rubbishes NDC's petition over COVID-19, Cash, NPP National Council ok's Akufo-Addo as 2020 presidential candidate. Government to turn Kpong Asokore landfills into recreation centers. So the Kpong Asokore landfills is where we keep all the rubbish in Accra.
And it's going to turn it into a recreation center. Yeah, so where are they moving the landfill sites to?
Well, literally, so you want to know where our new landfill sites will be?
Yeah, because that is another issue.
That's the big question, because the landfill sites in Accra are full.
Yeah.
Kpong was actually one of the last ones, and it was already getting full.
Asamaba. Well, Ghanaian Times as well, same story trending here. Two beautiful ladies, two powerful women in the country taking the center stage, front page, I beg your pardon, for Ghanaian Times. Mrs. Jean Mensah, EC boss, and Barbara Oten-Jesse, all clearly speaking on issues of, with EC. The SC demands legal basis from the EC as well, and tourism industry loses $171 million from COVID-19 as well. These are the major stories on the front page of Ghanaian Times.
I'm going to take you to the Daily Statesman, which is my final newspaper. Interesting banner headline: NDC flaunts its 70 radio stations nationwide. Julius Deborah leads diabolic media agenda, diabolic in quotes. But the Daily Statesman is a paper that is known to be aligned to the NPP.
Yes.
So, I mean, we all know, I mean, this is a global thing.
Yeah, of course. Political parties will always have their...
And even if the media houses are not openly owned by political parties, media houses show their slant all the time. If you go to Fox News, everyone knows who Fox News supports. Fox News is a Republican... It's a Republican media house. They support the president. The people speak out against the president. Nigel Farage in the UK, who eventually formed his own Brexit party, but was a major member of the Conservative Party
as well.
Had his show. He has a show on
I mean, you need a supporting time to speak.
Nick Farage show LBC. No, it's not LBC. It's another one.
In the UK.
In the UK, one of these newspapers.
Nah, I'm not a fan.
You're not a fan. One of these radio stations. I'm not a fan. The name just escaped me. But Nigel Farage has a show.
Capital? No, Capital.
No, it's not. If I hear it, I'll remember it. But anyway, if I remember it, I'll share it. The point is that politicians are aligned to radio stations.
Oh yes, you need it. This is a tool.
It's global.
Yeah, it's a tool. So 70 is fine. They probably want to have some more as well. Is that what you have in there?
$9 million to boost tourism and hospitality industry. That's that lady who was on the front page of the Ghanaian Times. Mass testing not panacea to COVID-19. Education Ministry to Ablakwa.
Now, this story on the front page of the Chronicle. Lastly, here, prostitute steals colleagues' kits whilst engaging a client. Hey, by June, dear. And also, burglaries hit new KGTR market. 7% of gates defective. Major front stories on the Chronicle as well. All right, now time for us to take a break. When we come back, we're jumping into what's trending, Prime Sports, and more conversations on BTH. All this and more lined up on the show for you.
Do you know how embarrassed I am?
Tell me.
Nigel Farage's show is actually on LBC.
It's LBC, yeah.
I mentioned it earlier.
But that show is big, though.
Yeah, the morning show is Nick Ferrari. Yeah, it's a huge show. And he's an out-and-out politician.
Well, anyway, we have to take a quick break now. When we come back, there's more for you on the show. So don't even switch the channel. We'll be right back.
Say ye Casaluna, was a wonko, now so would shrinkwa. Some aquacosia, CB herbal soap. No, Jamina. Wo 19 apai anase ayede nso a fa CB herbal soap sra wo 19 ene wo 9 room Germany ni 10 minutes ansa na wo de ebo anase kan ketwa arewre efini nyina kama hyeno nso se yemfa nsra ye 9 ho ene ye honam CB herbal soap eyi e 90 ma pro efi ene enkabone
Mido okay yo CB herbal soap no eje tumankasa kame na ho Suziana Ghana mani mema damase
FDA ahwehwe saa ejedi nkrato yi mu agye atomu se
Life sometimes presents us with unexpected situations, like in the event of a fire outbreak. It takes less than 20 minutes to move from this to this. Timing is everything. Dialing 112 in the event of an emergency gives you direct access to the Ghana National Fire Service with a guarantee of the fastest response time. And now with the National Digital Property Addressing System, be rest assured that we can locate you directly at your point of call. So never hesitate to call in the event of a fire emergency. Dial 112. 112. Help will come. 112. We are safe. Avoid prank calling as it can lead to loss of life of persons in actual need of help.
Enjoyed all the great tuition by your teachers on Joy Learning. Now grab this opportunity to get interactive with your TV teacher on your favorite TV school, Joy Learning. Revision TV Show, our new teacher-student question and answer live show, offers every student a unique opportunity to ask questions pertaining to topics of any subject taught on Joy Learning. Join Revision TV Show by tuning into Joy Learning on your multi-TV digital box every Monday to Friday at 7 p.m. and a repeat at 10:30 a.m. Ask your questions by voice calls, video calls, and you can also post questions on social media at Facebook at Joy Learning and tweet at us Joy Learning TV, and your experienced TV teachers will be right on your screen with the answers. Revision TV Show, your TV teacher everywhere. Joy Learning. Keep learning.
Welcome back. You're still watching Prime Morning. Now it's time for us to do what's trending. It's all about what's trending. But anyway, celebrating 55 years of good life, our very own renowned Akablay joins me live via Zoom. Let's have a quick chat with him and find out more about the celebration coming up shortly as well. Good morning, Akablay.
Good morning, my brother.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm very good. How are you two doing?
I'm good. It's good to see you with all your smiles. We've pulled you up early this morning, man.
Yeah, I know.
Wow. Wait, which one are we celebrating? A birthday or your industry years?
Both. Both. And an industry year.
Interesting. 55 years. Let me say congratulations, and it's good. God has blessed you with all these years of your life. What is, before we come real quickly to what's going to happen, tell me one of the things that you are most grateful for, memories you can recall in your 55-year journey in this industry that you can never forget.
First of all, we give thanks to God for allowing us live up to this date. We are just going to...
they have brought you your heart. Yes.
My cap is always with me.
Exactly. But maybe I would ask you to take it off because we can't see your face properly with the cap on.
See my face, oh God.
Yes. Oh yeah. That's a 30-year-old Akablay talking now.
That's 25 years. 25 years.
Yes, 25 years. I like that.
That's right. That's right.
So you were saying?
We want to take this opportunity to have a visual concert on Sunday. And then also celebrate my birthday, which happens to be on Wednesday, 3rd of June.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. And, you know, I thank God. I really thank God because it's been a long journey.
Yeah.
It's been a long journey with all the horses and the bosses.
Yes.
You know, one just have to thank God. So it's just a Thanksgiving concert, virtual concert, that myself and the band, Ibiza Band, with the help of Joy Prime and Multimedia, just to say thank you to Ghanaians and everybody out there.
Wow, fantastic. Wow. We would love to, we'll all in fact tune in and watch this. It's happening at 4 p.m. I suppose. And let me say this, that this song, I'm proud to be have been one of the first people to have played that song that I'm about to sing on radio right here in Accra. Ladies and gents, are you ready now?
Oh my God.
We are taking the girls away.
You see, I played this song.
Yes.
After playing the song, it's about 4 years ago, 4 to 5 years ago.
Wow.
And I haven't gotten any lady. All the guys have taken all the ladies away. I just
we are promising you a lot of ladies to tune in on Joy Prime and enjoy your concert as well.
A lot of ladies are going to tune in on Sunday 4 p.m.
Yes.
Because they want to be taken away.
Yes.
But I promise them, I have a lot of guys who are ready to take them away.
I like
so
that.
They should tune in.
I like that.
Tune in at 4 p.m. And what else? Yeah, I think basically that's what we're going to do.
Yes.
Basically, that's what we're going to do.
All right, thank you very much. And I know Trigmatic is also supporting this event as well.
Come again?
Trigmatic will be also performing with you.
Trigmatic, a very fantastic gentleman.
Yeah.
Very fantastic gentleman. I like him so much.
Yeah.
I would say I wish he is my biological son.
Oh, isn't that lovely?
He's very fantastic. Very disciplined, on time all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, because he's very disciplined, very disciplined.
Akablay, thank you very much. Please, happy birthday in advance. We are sharing your birthday with you and looking forward to this amazing concert coming off this weekend as well.
Exactly. Thank you very much.
Okay, so yes, we've been talking to Akablay. 55 years of celebrating good music with him, and of course, God has brought him far. So make sure you tune in this weekend and you watch the show. Now, let's jump into our very first story this morning also. Now, unfortunately, news hit the industry. MC Kojo Ano-Wiafe and Castro's manager, DJ Ames, all passed on. Now, the entertainment industry has suffered a great loss yesterday following the death of Castro's manager, DJ Ames, as well as radio presenter and wedding MC Kojo Ano-Wiafe. Now, DJ Ames passed on yesterday after a short illness at Kolebu Teaching Hospital. And MC Wiafe also passed on at Nyaho Clinic after a short illness. Now, his family has, however, not revealed the cause of death. Here's a video for you.
Love is beautiful when the right person loves you back. Of course, in the spirit of love, we've gathered here to celebrate with them. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. Trust me, after the prim and proper ones are done and dusted, it's going to be a party after party. Get ready, get your dancing shoes on, and let's have some amazing fun. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to KSC 2020. My name is Kojo Wiafe, aka Favorite MZ's MC, and I'll be here with you for the rest of the night.
There will never be another MC Wiafe. May his soul rest in perfect peace, as well as DJ Ames. You will all be dearly missed until we meet again. Well, let's move on to our next story. Now, coronavirus impact, as we mentioned, the $171 million already a loss to the industry and to the country. Well, the Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture, Creative Arts, as well, Barbara Otain-Jesse, now has revealed that the tourism and hospitality sectors have recorded $171 million loss in revenue. Now, it's recorded from March 2020 to just June, and This is due to the adverse impact of the coronavirus. Now, she, however, indicated that $4 million has been earmarked for the redevelopment of tourism sites and destinations in Ghana. Well, quick reminder, you're still watching Prime Morning. My name is Jay Foley doing the What's Trending. Now, Becca is also in our trends this morning, and she's been heavily, attacked or trolled by a lot of persons on social media because of the comments that she passed with regards to, or her tweet that she put up with regards to BLM, Black Lives Matter, George Floyd. Yes, we did mention that. Now that she tweeted that you are here in Africa fighting and advocating racism in the US, but in your church and home, you are criticizing and judging someone for marrying a fellow African because they are not from your hometown, country, or church. Now, she said, damn hypocrites. And this didn't sit well with a lot of persons on social media. It's generated and sparked so many comments. Now, we'll come to that as well and read some comments from persons later on when we check out our tweet deck on the show coming shortly. Now, let's move on to our next story. Every pastor who attends Bible school is a liar and not from God. And guess who's talking? Patapaa. Interesting, right? Smiles on your face. Now, Patapaa has described all pastors who attend Bible school as liars and not from God. Quite harsh statement. Now, according to him, spirituality is a divine gift which cannot be taught or learned in school. Now, he added that the ability to preach the word of God and touch people's lives was a calling from God. Very debatable, but let's hear from the man himself.
Hey, Patapaa. Yes,
it's rare.
What's all your software?
Me kasa show ya ma Adam Kokonsin. Okay. We be chance to Patapaa ebi na circle o preach. Ene ne adom no.
E be your one say Patapaa de ko ba bi.
Ene ne adom no.
Sir,
but you tell me.
It's you.
Na uko Bible school, uko sia connection ye.
Connection ye. Connection ben sir.
No olive oil. May the cow put him out, you say, you a liar. You are not from God.
Wow.
That's what the man qua. It's also fair day. You have to qua. Into one farm out qua now.
Well, I didn't say that. Clearly, I didn't say that. It was Patapaa who said it. All right. So anyway, that's how we're wrapping up. But before we do, let's check out real quickly our trends as well and see what is actually.
So Twitter has got a lot. You've changed this one too. Change which one? The one on your point. It's on which?
Dag Hayward Mills Church, Lighthouse Chapel. Yes, Lighthouse Chapel. Thank you very much. Now, let's go through real quickly as well. So, some tweets on here. This one from Berima says, Lord, my friends are getting married and they are saying you should come. #flow with me. Now, I don't really get what the meaning of the flow with me exactly, what the agenda is, but it's been top of trends all week as well. Amma says, Lord, heal our land and bless our hustle as we pray. #flow with me. More tweets coming here. Love Music says, I pray for your mercy, Lord, flow with me. More coming in. This one says First Love Center, and that's the church. First Love Center says there are 3 realms of prayer. Pray like you're talking to a friend, pray like you're talking to a father, and the third one, go check it out for yourself. I'll tell you later on. All right. More tweets coming here. Mundi says, I hope everyone is awake. It's time to pray. Flow with me. So you can check out these trends on Twitter. Flow with me. You can join in there. Another trend. Let's move on to our second trend list. Now this one is KNUST memories. Now I specifically wanted to go into this story because I'm also a product of KNUST, so yeah, I'm being biased like that. But people are sharing memories of their times in KNUST. Now, I can recall a lot of them, but hey, I wouldn't even dare say one here. But this one here, Ochami Kwame is the first to break the ice on this one, and he shares a photo. Maybe can I just go down a little bit and have the photo, yes, properly come on the screen. Now, this photo of fufu with crab, I see beef, and I see goat's meat and some fish. This is something to die for. Shouldn't we have some fufu? And listen, Kumasi is the best place of fufu, I'm telling you. KNUST to be precise. Let's go down. Some more tweets here on this one. This one from, the name is Abdul Kader. Also shares a photo. Says inside Icy Cup. The one, it says a picture there with a friend. You can see more photos here with KNUST memories. Oh, and that is the all glorious shuttle that transports people around on campus. Can we scroll down and see the bus properly in the background over there. And let's see what's happening there. Okay, what is going on? That is KNUST for you. So a lady seems to be studying. That school is so serious that everybody is learning at every single point in time. More tweets here. Let's go down and see memories in KNUST. Oh, I some money. And this one says, KNUST is no joke, man. Remembering KNUST. More photos there. You can check out the trends for yourself. And lastly, let's go into the next set of trends that is coming up. That has got people talking. It's about Becca, and she's been top of trends all week after her tweet went out. Now, from Amayal says, woke up to many tweets about Becca. I think she was speaking her truth. Whether right or wrong is a different matter. Ghanaian philosopher Amayal Deborah and popular blogger as well. And he also retweets and says that Amake Abebe says schools Becca over insensitive tweets and puts a link on there to the story. You can read it for yourself. Becca Ryden says, Third Amendment just coming in with a surprise tackle in fourth quarter. Okay, I don't get that bit. Let's go on. This one says, Becca, you low-key famous. That's from Fine Line War. More tweets coming on. Becca says, start a YTB channel. That's a YouTube channel if you're waiting for, but that will conclude. More tweets here. Lastly, from Paradise of Pages says, that said, we've learned, and I feel this will bring us closer together as a community. Thank you so much for your honesty, Becca. I admire you even more now. I want to say a very big thank you to Impromptu Technologies for holding us down with our social media platform using Deuro as an app, DEYWURO. Go check it out for yourself, deuro.com, and you can also access Deuro and use it for your social media engagements as well. Thank you very much. Coming up next, Prime Sports with Queen Star. Queen Star, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Jay. And yourself?
I'm doing great. Pastor Paz says that every pastor who attends Bible school is a liar. Your thoughts?
I don't know about that.
Are you afraid to say, or you just want to stay away from it?
I want to stay away from it.
Okay. You don't want your pastor to look at you funny this Sunday because churches have been open, right?
Yeah, my pastor attended a Bible school, so.
Hallelujah. Amen.
Yeah.
Major stories in there.
You have some stories from the Ghana Football Association. Keto Kreku is speaking, and then some updates on the English Premier League, which is yet to resume, and then the Spanish La Liga as well.
Thank you very much. My name is Jay Foley. Prime Sports takes on next.
Hello, I'm Queen Star Japan, and this is the Friday edition of Prime Sports. Now let's go straight to the Ghana Football Association, where President Keto Kreku has decried the effect of outbreak on the Ghana Premier League.
It's a period that we would wish it flies away quickly so that we can start to enjoy our football again. At the moment, we all have to stay strong. We all have to be there for each other and pray that we are able to come through this period successfully. I think the answer will be provided on the 30th of June. This I have stated a number of times, and I don't want to, to quote Osophagus, I don't want to inimically circumvent what we have planned to do. First of all, I have said on numerous occasions that I'm also a club owner. Members of my council are club owners or affiliated to clubs, so we know how it feels like to be a club owner at this time. As to what the best solution will be, we'll still have to wait until the 30th of June.
Ghana Football Association former GFA presidential aspirant Amanda Clinton has stated that she's open for a role in the KET-led administration. Ms. Clinton stated that she's keen on supporting the game and also helping it grow.
Well, after 6 months of reflection and just being able to step away from the situation, I think I would be more willing to accept a role in Ghana football. But you know, my skill set has always been communication and strategy, etc. So definitely, I think I wanted to step away, and I'm definitely open to suggestions. Yeah.
Away from Ghana football, English Premier League clubs will now be allowed to make 5 substitutions instead of the usual 3 when the 2019-2020 season returns. The managers will also be allowed to keep 9 players on the bench instead of 7. FIFA proposed the solution last month to protect player welfare with a large number of matches packed into a few weeks to clear the backlog of 3-month layoff due to the coronavirus pandemic. Premier League clubs also agreed to increase the number of substitutes available for selection from 7 to 9 for the remainder of the season. To avoid too many stoppages, each team will still only have 3 opportunities to make changes as well as at half-time. Still in England, Tottenham Hotspur have borrowed £175 million from the Bank of England in order to ease financial burden on the club amid this coronavirus pandemic. The club said it estimated a revenue loss of more than £200 million for the period until June 2021 due to the loss of income from match day revenue, third-party live events and other sporting events at their stadium. Spurs said the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium Limited met the criteria for the government's COVID corporate financing facility scheme to avail short-term loans, and the funds will not be used to recruit new players. Elsewhere, Atletico Madrid player Diego Costa has pleaded to defrauding the Spanish state of more than €1 million after failing to declare payment of over $5 million earned from his 2014 move to Chelsea. The striker was sentenced to 6 months in prison, but Spanish law states that non-violent crimes with a punishment of under 2 years imprisonment can instead be resolved with a fine for first-time offenders. In Costa's case, the Brazil-born Spain international will pay an additional €500,000 on top of the missing €1 million in order to fully satisfy the court, with a failure to declare image rights also having come under the state's microscope. Now into the Bundesliga, I have some fixtures for you this weekend. Freiburg will play against Borussia Mönchengladbach. Bayer Leverkusen will face FC Bayern Munich. Eintracht Frankfurt will play against Mainz 05. Fortuna Düsseldorf will play against Hoffenheim. Rosenborg Leipzig will face SC Paderborn. Borussia Dortmund will play against Hertha Berlin. Werder Bremen will face Wolfsburg. FC Union Berlin will play against Schalke 04. And Augsburg will play against FC Cologne. So as it stands now, Bayern is top of the league log with 67 points, with SC Paderborn bottom with 19 points. That's all for sports, and next is business with Insura.
To all our emergency doctors, you never know who is walking through those doors, but you tend to everybody without fear.
The staff of the Gucci, Kolebu, KCCR, and all other testing centers. Where would we be without you?
We know some of you have been badly affected by this virus, yet you defy the fear of the unknown to fight against this virus on our behalf.
You have been awesome in these trying times. You put your lives on the line every day.
We feel safe because we know you are there. We really do appreciate you all. And what we can say at this moment is thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's all we can say.
Welcome to Talking Business on Prime Morning on this Friday morning. And in business today, a senior lecturer, he's an agricultural economics lecturer at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Dr. Robert Adu, has said that government must look into providing a stimulus package of some sort to farmers, because quite a number of them have suffered a lot in terms of post-harvest losses during this pandemic era. My colleague Mahmoud Mohammed Nuruddin caught up with him and he files this report.
Government has set aside 1 billion cedis stimulus package for Ghanaian small and medium enterprises due to COVID-19 impact on businesses. Dr. Edu is unhappy the package per aid model clearly excludes farmers.
I think it is important that we recognize the critical role that is played by farmers so that they are also supported. In all this fight, we are talking about food in order to boost the immune system of people. Now, if the food is not produced, how do consumers get it to consume? So I think that if government can also think about farmers and give them some special package, and here I'm talking more about subsidies. Already they are enjoying some subsidy under planting for food and jobs, but that is about 50% of the cost of the input. So in this era where other businesses are getting soft loans at cheaper rates and they are getting money to support their work, I think this is a time for farmers to also get the fertilizers and the seeds for free. And I say this because if they get it for free, in the final analysis, it is the country that is going to benefit because they will be able to produce a lot of food and everybody will have food to eat. And so I think this is the time for them to be supported in this direction.
He wants the government to take a second look at the modalities for accessing the fund.
The perception out there is that, the package for small businesses covers everybody, including farmers. But if you look at the modalities that they have put in place, I am not sure any farmer even knows that they have to qualify or they have to apply. And if they have to apply, they need to have 10 numbers. They need to go online to apply. How many of our farmers can access the internet? How many of our farmers are registered entities to have tax identification numbers? So I think that it is quite obvious to the government that farmers are not covered in this package, and some of us also know that farmers are not covered, and so a special package will have to be designed for them so that we have a holistic view.
You can ask their children to fill the forms or whatever online for them.
Yes, but look at where our farmers are located. Most of them, where they are located, the internet doesn't even work. In fact, most of them don't even know the modalities and the procedure that they have to follow to do this. But if they make it a package for farmers, they will work through the District Department of Agriculture. And so everybody out there who is a farmer will get to know about this, and they will make themselves ready so that they can access it. Rural banks are all over the place. Once the package is made available through those banks, I am sure the farmer-based organizations can come up and then they will go there and apply and get something to support their production activities.
Dr. Edu observes many farmers, especially in COVID-19 hotspot areas, are feeling the pinch of the pandemic.
Right, so Dr. Robert Edu's call is essentially that government should provide some form of subsidies, either offsetting the cost of fertilizers or the cost of input into farming. Now, I'm going to demonstrate here what a subsidy really looks like. So my job, for example, as a farmer, is to be arranging these Fan Yogo products here. Now, for every time I farm and keep adding to it, it costs me something. My subsidy comes from someone else. So Jay is going to be adding to what I'm doing to limit my... That's right.
Take a very slow walk.
Yep.
You know,
and I'm busy working.
Yeah.
And then you add your subsidy to it.
So I add my subsidy to
exactly.
this.
So what you realize is that while I am doing some work and generating something, I'm getting some extra support, which means that for the total number of 8 bottles, I worked 7, but you brought 1.
And I can add another one to it.
And that is how a subsidy works.
And this is from government.
Absolutely.
But today our subsidy is probably brought to you by Fan Milk. Fan Max to be precise.
Yeah.
Did you know you can actually place an order to have this brought to your home?
I am doing so after the show.
All right.
This weekend I want to lock myself in and Netflix myself.
Oh yeah?
And chill with some Fan Max.
But I love this concept. Great explanation, Ishira. I love it.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
And that's been business. We're taking a break. When we come back, we'll go beyond the headlines.
Okay, so it's all about real entertainment. We're up inside Newtown right about now, folks. You all know about the COVID-19 situation we found ourselves in, and the problem is causing Mother Africa, the world entirely. Ladies and gentlemen, it is very expensive to actually live a life when you know that something very small as nose mask can actually make you lose your life. It is very, very expensive. But we want to make it easier. So Joy Prime, in collaboration with many people who have decided to also save a life, we're putting this together, and we're here at Newtown. Now, basically, I'm going to be going around scouting for people who do not have nose masks on, and then try as much as possible to be the Father Christmas for COVID-19 in this situation. I'm sure you really want to also help, whatever it is. Make sure that you're supporting somebody with a nose mask, and trust me, we're all going to be living by the end of 2021 or 2022. Crack, July, you know what happened, you know what I mean? Because we're showing love to people, and right about now. Charlie, what's up? Everything cool? Yeah. What did they sell for here?
Well, they sell building materials.
But you know, some paintings give you more at this way you don't want to protect yourself. Huh?
You don't want to protect yourself.
What will happen? Why don't you have the nose mask? You don't get that. The virus today is down.
You know, we say we not get, we get time by the coffee.
But right now, they say we all for endure. Whether heat or no heat. Because you see, the point is that when you have the mask on, the heat will be there. But as long as you have the mask, you're protecting yourself. You did bad. So it be uncomfortable, but you no one die. Or you won't die by July.
No,
you no one die. Okay, so right now, I will show you love. So I get nose mask for you. So, if for day one so make sure you go day one every time. So that's what it is, man. We're still here in town, in Newtown, and we're showing love. It's all about protecting people, giving them reasons to put on the nose masks. And trust me, Joy Prime, we're doing this. I'm going to the next point to find out who does not have the nose mask so that I can actually show some love to that person, all right? Follow me. Accra.
I was Accra.
Accra. Charlie, make I talk to you for 1 minute. You know, you'll be made for a year. You don't get no smarts. With me, I can't board the car. So if I bought the car right now, where you give me virus, I won't go up. This is no be good thing. This is no be good thing. You don't get no smarts. Where the shot Accra going. So me, I can't join where the shot Accra going on me, where you give me virus. This is no try. That's why I won't show you love. So Joy Prime, we got something we want me to protect yourself, like the way I protect myself. So take one for here, then where I make a see. Where I'm right now, where I'm like the way I wear my own. Where I'm, put down for his no, tenor. You see, you know, so with the guam, so then we look up for your ear. So then go pull them down. So shout Accra going less here.
Accra going.
See, you don't want to give anybody any sickness. So every time you protect yourself, people come there, they can't say they are protected. You don't go shout, give me 5 cedi, your money and that kind of thing. They will give the virus. It be risky. You see that thing? Accra
going. Joy Prime, real entertainment.
1 year recording deal for 2 singles, 60,000 worth of airtime on Joy Prime, 10,000 Ghana cedis cash prize, bragging rights of being crowned the ultimate winner, Prime Studio. Remember that you still have what it takes to push your favorite contestant to the top. Who will it be? Melissa, Okesie, Naja, Good Boy Legend, Arte, Kwame Sticker, Kisses, Kwame T, Nikki J, and Kobe G. Vote for your favorite contestant by texting PS followed by the name of your favorite contestant to the short code 1903. Prime Studio, rock the world.
Joy Prime, real entertainment.
Say this rhyme with me.
All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, and all play and no work makes Jack a lazy boy. We've been learning from home all this time on Ghana's first educational channel, Joy Learning. Now it's time to have fun and prove to other schools how beautiful our uniforms are. Yes, the Joy Learning Uniform Challenge on Instagram is the place to prove this. Follow us on Instagram at joy_learning TV. Take a beautiful picture of yourself in your school uniform from home. Post your picture and tag us at joy_learning TV. #uniform challenge. Win the bragging rights as the school with the most beautiful uniform in GH, as well as the most well-dressed student title, and be acknowledged on all our social media handles and Joy Learning TV. Please, all students, stay away from this contest too. But if you still have your uniform as fresh and beautiful, you can try it. Why not? Joy Learning. Keep learning.
So live on Prime Morning, my name is Daniel. Welcome to Beyond the Headlines. Before we go into our main subjects for today, let me remind you that if you buy any large jumbo or super family pizza, you get a free plate of rice at Eddie's Pizza. Just call 0544 133397, 0544 133397, or 056 11 That's the ones are 5. So 056 11 11153. And that's Eddie's Pizza. Now, if you have a packed weekend ahead, you can boost your Friday with Guaman, because health doesn't have a price and time. Grab your favorite infusions for yourself or cherished one at any of the following pharmacies: ADD Pharmacy, Bedita Pharmacy, Medimart Pharmacy, ECP Pharmacies, Fremata Pharmacy, Top Up, Prime Pharmacy, and Equity Pharmacy. Now, before we go into our main subject for today, because today we are going to talk about the rape culture and the phenomenon of victim blaming. How is it that when someone is raped, the first thing we hear from some people is, what was she wearing? What was she doing? What kind of questions do we have to answer in that light? But before that, yesterday we made a humble appeal. We told you the story of Agnes, this breast cancer patient who is currently suffering, and unfortunately her landlord is evicting her. You've responded to us, you've started sending in your donations, but for those who may not have seen, let's catch a glimpse of Agnes' situation.
Oija Old Barrier, here in Accra, I've come to see someone who has been trapped by poverty and imprisoned by disease. A 43-year-old mother of 2 who has been suffering from breast cancer for over a year. Can't breathe.
Agnes, good morning.
Are you safe for the how many months? Also, maybe the same anything.
For more than Abrobosome. Abrafe. Ninibuafo. Usafofini. Let Papa cry rejecting me.
Where then I wish I
Oh, dear mommy. Many simple. At this, God, the mammy name of Francis. You saw an opa area and you may. 15 CDs. Satan, you know, not there no woman. 15 CDs name Boame. To make up. traffic. We got pure water. Me go to pure water na. Then ya na ye kese. On kasa me ho. Na me say wo won che ya won kasa me ho. Ebia obi bebo amekura obeka say wo ho ntini pa ni mfini. Ina me free ho na me ba. Me be chia 1 year pe. Me chia 1 year pe. Na ano so krasta na me nya obi a obeye me we. I'm so tea because first na me sorry nanti. This time sorry anymore dear mommy. Obi any ha krana. My friend you. Papa saw me ha. Na ke pen so me na ke to na so me nsa. Me to ni atina se. And so by the private komudia. Omoda na jua. And that for me. Oh, Madam Fu. Menene on sitting baby, Miss Meeting baby. But I say, your fire who say in Yanum. See, maybe a chumuna, Menene bepe dine. I said, be all one so. See, a bepe dine one. I said, 4 to 5 months me tenant camp. And I may yana mutu say me ba abeshen. Already I didn't no. Me the kind who ashasian. And then him say be a debia. Eba be si. Ti ade no be ye ni se no. Asa me hu no be 2 to 3 5 months no. Me ba ha. And I me be hu. In fact, dano na arewakam. And I me hu se nipa ye mobo pa.
Right, and the word she ends with there really captures my mood at the moment, that man can indeed be pitiful. That's the story of Agnes, the breast cancer patient. Mami, very, very unfortunate story in there. Mami, of course, Mami Awinado is joining us for our conversation. She's an international trade law expert. And I'm sorry, I just had to come to you there because watching that, what was going on through your mind?
I think fundamentally the fact that as a community we've always been other people centered. It's never been very individualistic. So I'm just kind of surprised that she was going through this all by herself and it wasn't even known. And we've never been a community that has done that. So it just tells you where we are as a people right now. And the whole concept of being your brother's keeper, you know, being missing. So I don't know if that's also because of where we are as a nation.
As a nation and as an economy. Right. I always say that, well, I was told by a friend that walled houses are not a Ghanaian phenomenon.
Very true.
Walled homes.
Right.
It's not even traditionally African.
Right.
If you look in the northern part of the country, they live in kraals where it's a number of huts and the huts form the wall.
Exactly.
And then the center of this circle of huts is like the common area where it's like your front yard.
Yes.
But we become a bit more individual. But Mami, I think that this story is waking that consciousness of our communal feeling, because we put out our numbers and ask that, look, if you want to help, go ahead and help.
Right.
So far, we've raised 14,999 Ghana cedis.
Amazing.
And the donations are still coming in hard and fast. We are nowhere near where we have to be because this is someone who needs a place to stay as soon as possible, because she's facing eviction. Her landlord has officially written her eviction notice to her. This is someone who is unable to take care of her children because she's not working. So she needs that kind of social protection on that level.
Exactly.
And then there's the main issue of the breast cancer treatment. We've made contact with doctors.
Right.
They're taking her to the hospital. We're going to see the level that this disease has gotten, the stage she's in,
Right.
what kind of treatment she needs, whether it's surgery or other. But the doctors we've spoken to suspect it must need surgery.
Of course, at
yes,
this point,
and then we move to the next stage of it. So please, as much as you can help, Ketua Biarenso. And what moves me, Mami,
Right.
like I refer to the feeling of community, because what moves me is people are calling and saying, look, I can only send 10 CDs. I can only send 11 CDs,
Right.
but I want to help her. So I'm going to. It's so encouraging.
Because little drops of water make a mighty.
Make a mighty ocean.
Exactly.
Make a mighty ocean. Anyway, you're still live on Beyond the Headlines here on Prime Morning. Like we said earlier, this was just to update you and thank you for the work that we started doing already. Let's push it through. Let's carry it through to a healthy conclusion. Now, we are going to talk about a subject that is very, very sensitive to us as a nation. First of all, there are studies that show that as much as 70% of girls in schools in Ghana have gone through some form of sexual harassment, whether it's verbal or whether it's physical or even psychological. Now, when it degenerates to full-out rape, the numbers run into the thousands across all age spectrums. The question is, where from this phenomenon, how is it a part of our conversation that when someone is raped, it somehow becomes her fault? We are here to discuss the phenomenon of victim shaming. And Mame is here with us in studio. We'll be joined by lawyer Dennis Ejay Jumo as well. He's a legal practitioner. He's very experienced in the area. But you know that you are our prime guest whenever we sit here at Prime Morning. So we want to find out what you think about this phenomenon. Then we'll come back and have a chat.
Personally, I don't think anyone deserves to be raped only because of the way she dresses. Like maybe she wants to show her curves and everything, but that doesn't give somebody the right to come and just invade her privacy like that.
Actually, yeah. Sometimes, you know what? The way a lot of ladies dress today, it calls for lust. You understand? So probably to me, when these young ladies are being raped, it actually will send a sense of humor to them, and probably they might get to dress well. But it depends, you understand? Not that anybody dressing, walking on the wayside, just get the person and get it raped. But sometimes at a quiet place that, you know, these guys are dressed to kill just to attract customers. Yeah, you can rape them.
I didn't think so, because if she dresses like that, it doesn't mean that she has to be raped by someone. Because I heard a story about a girl was dressing, she was wearing a short dress, and a foolish man came and he raped her. But this one I can understand because he's just a foolish man. So, but I don't think so.
Yes, I think so, because the way you dress actually attracts people towards you, and the way you dress actually perceive the way you'll be seen. So I believe if you dress in an harsh way, then they can take advantage of you.
Well, I don't think a woman should be raped necessarily because of the way she dresses. We all know that there's a way a woman should dress. A woman should not dress in a way to expose sensitive parts of her body. Okay, but that does not necessarily give anybody a chance to rape a woman who dresses provocatively.
No, that is impossible. We should respect the women. Our women are very, potential. So, if you come across with that question, I say no, a big no.
Metimi dress shorts, skirts, no hands, na me body go, but I don't just want me be raping me. Feel say me dresses and my dressing.
No, I'm saying no because I don't think it is the right thing to be done. Whatever someone is wearing out there should not permit, it doesn't give you the consent or the permission to rape the person. I don't think men out there, when dressed naked, are being raped by women, because some married men are being raped by their wives. But we don't see men out there dressed shirtless
and then decide you rape them.
Interesting views there that are being expressed by members of the public. Please send in a message, give us a call, we'll put out the numbers, get it to the end of the conversation. But, Mami, first of all, for those who may not know, what do you understand by victim blaming or victim shaming?
I think it just pretty much comes from the idea of just two things, the guilt and then the people being uncomfortable with certain things. So society, I mean in our society, straight when it comes to morals and how we perceive sex, and when people fall short of that, because religion is one of the things that fuels our society generally, and so when people fall short of what we think is perfection or what we think is right, then they get shamed. So now what happens now is that when now people think of abuse or rape, they forget that it's force. They see more of the act because of how sex is perceived in its context. So if you think about it,
it's seen as a dirty thing.
Exactly. And so it becomes very problematic because, you know, when you even say the word sex, people cringe. And it's not as if it's not done or people don't do it, or, you know, and even especially because it goes back to religion also. Because if you think about even in the church, right? And when you talk about sex, people are like, hey, even grown-ups get excited over the topic. But if you think about it, it's about how you see the act and then how the act is performed. The sad thing is that they don't look at how it's performed or the intention in the performance. They look at the performance itself as you've had the sex thing, and then they shame people.
So Mami's trying to help us understand how really people are shamed because of how we think about sex. Let's bring in Dennis A.J. Jumo. He's managing partner at Law Plus, and he's, like I said earlier, he's a legal practitioner with a lot of experience in issues having to do with gender, social protection, and women's issues. Mr. A.J. Jumo, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Daniel, for having me.
Great. So, at the risk of asking a very elementary question, when we say victim blaming, what is it?
I think, just to put it simply, and we need a lot of these when it comes to this issue, is basically shifting the focus when a matter of criminality has occurred. Instead for us to focus on the act and the perpetrator of the act, we decide that we want to see the one who has suffered it as a contributory factor to the nature of the offense that has happened. So in simple terms, you know, if you move it from that of sexual offenses, it's basically saying that, you know, the act of stealing happened because you place your money in open place, and that's how come somebody came to pick it. Or better still, burglary happened because you left your door open, and once you left your door open, somebody will come and take it. Or better still, the housefly touched your food because you decided not to protect your food, or the mosquito give you a bite because you did not put yourself in a mosquito net, forgetting that somebody created a bad environment and the mosquitoes on it. So just to put it in that simple context for people to understand it, and just as the name suggests, but most importantly, it has, you know, sociological aspect that we need to have a conversation on, and we want us to deal with it from more of a social, you know, context and deal with it. So the speaker is right.
Right.
You know, when that's the conversation around that. But I don't want us to have, you know, a basic technical aspect. We have seen it in our houses. People have gone through situations where they will ask you simply, why did you go there? If you have not gone there and you have actually stayed in the house, these things will not have happened. And so stay in the house and don't do certain things. So just to have it, you know, understood better. But many a time it has always been used when you are dealing with sexual offenses and people going through such situations. Okay,
Dennis, thank you very much. And there's this expression again that, Mami, we've heard in so many occasions, you're a bad girl. As soon as the question of sex comes in or rape comes in, you're a bad girl. And I've heard it happen on so many occasions. I'll read a bit of, you know, the story at the center of the global conversation around rape now, which has made it an issue. But shed a bit more light on this, you're a bad girl mentality, you know, as we were saying earlier.
That goes back to what is bad. Because if you think about it, in certain communities, maybe if you talk about sex, it's not really seen as a big deal, right? But let's say in communities where there's and it goes back to the idea of maybe traditional things or religion, where certain things are seen as taboo, right? So even if you ask someone a question, in another word, you are spoiled. So the thing is that I think it goes back to like, people define different things, people define words differently based on their social construct, the society they find themselves in, and religion. But I go back to religion because we're talking about Ghana now, right? Or even the African context. And even tradition, some of our traditional ideas, right, of what sexual things are, and why we say, okay, you are a bad girl. But if a guy is, maybe it's a guy, they don't say, okay, maybe you're a bad boy.
Okay.
Because maybe it's more, men are supposed to or allowed to be a little more careless when it comes to
men are actually hailed.
Right.
When anything sexual comes up. For men, and of course, I'm a Ghanaian man, I can tell you honestly, it's worn as a badge of honor.
Right.
So I'll give you a typical example. If a guy is mentioning how he slept with an older person, with an older woman when he was younger, he's talking about, this was the beginning of my becoming a playboy. If a woman is mentioning how she slept with an older man when she was younger, this was actually the beginning of my brokenness. Right. Let me take that thought quickly to Dennis, who is with us on Zoom. How people look at men, how men and women approach the subjects differently, you know, and how that affects how we are socialized.
I think we have to always have this discussion in the context of communities, and we should not seek to have an objective discussion when it comes to some of these things. All of us have been shaped by our mentality based on the society that we are coming from. Your syncreties have been changed, have been shaped by it. So depending on where you are coming from, it will inform how you understand some of these things. Now, so whenever we are having this conversation, I always tell people that sometimes it's also the poverty aspect that has also brought about some of these things. Because we have lack of social support in this our system, many a time people do not want to place themselves in a certain street because they know that if certain things happen, you don't have any support of the society. So your mother will tell you, don't go to this place. If you go there, something happens. In the context, they will tell you that, you know, oh yeah, crap money, you are a bad girl. But in terms, if you decide to dig deeper and look at these ethics and those other things, when it comes to those of rich people who have had, you know, a lot of riches and stuff like that, no matter how they refer to their children as bad people, if you dare not go and touch somebody's daughter who is leveraged and understand the system and have the requisite power and money to be able to walk through the system, no matter how the daughter happens to be a bad girl, he will be able to find some relief. But many a time, the people, there's no social support, and because of the level of poverty, they would prefer that you keep yourself, because if you go and do anything, it would be very difficult for me to walk you through the system. So we want to have this discussion in a social context. I believe strongly where you sit, where God has placed you, right?
Right. So Dennis draws a link between the economic status of a person and how they think about this thing. Mami, would you agree that victim blaming is also, you know, a symptom of economic status?
Yeah, I mean, so when it comes to victim blaming, it could, yeah, because obviously with the more wealth you have, the ideas that you're supposed to be more exposed, be able to be more enlightened by studying and reading. But you'd be very surprised that there are people who also have money and are very close-minded. But I will say that fundamentally, when you want to deal with a problem, you need to go to the where the thing comes from, right? Okay. And so if you think about it, what is the mindset of the people? Because now, at the end of the day, we do live in an unequal world, right? I cannot, but doesn't necessarily mean that we should be able to condone things like this. So what can be done? So maybe maybe for the people who are from a more privileged background, they use the system, right? But how do you now help people in the poor communities who don't have enough access to that? Because unfortunately, if you have to face the fact, in Ghana, money really talks, right? To get things done. So, but doesn't mean that those who don't have money shouldn't have fair justice, right? So in the search for justice or for fairness, what do you do in these communities? You go back
to... the challenge here, Mami, is that this is how people think.
Right.
You see, when economics limits your access to something,
Yes.
it's easy to fix.
Right.
Oh, you don't have a phone, I can
Right.
give you a phone.
Right.
But in this case, it has affected how you think.
Yeah.
So how do we?
So you have to go to where the things that what shape people generally as people, how people think, ideas, right? Where ideas shared. Either, so if you're in a smaller community, is it the chief or the things that the practices in that place? Is it the church? Is it the mosque? Because I've never heard a conversation about child abuse, I won't lie to you, in church. Where pastor talking about, and sexual abuse happens in families, happens in homes.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. The majority of people who are sexually abused are abused by people who they have a personal relationship with.
And I've said this time and time again, if they say Ghana is 70% Christian, and a lot of people spend their time in church.
Stable, you are shaking.
Right? So I'm asking myself that why haven't we entered in to start talking about these uncomfortable situations, these issues on the pulpit?
These are some of the uncomfortable conversations we want to have today,
Right.
Mami. Now, all of this was really occasioned, if you've been following social media, by the hashtag Justice for Uwa campaign.
Right.
And I'll just bring you a few details of this story. She's Vera Uwela Omozua. She's a 22-year-old microbiology student. She went to an empty church in Benin City, southern Nigeria. She went to study. She was raped and she was killed hours later. So there's been a general outrage around her death and her rape. And there's a question of how many people go through pain like this on the regular. But we put out a question. And Jay Foley is standing by our magic screen. Jay, take us through what people have been saying, because it will shock you.
Now, these sentiments you see on the screen here, you can see clearly 92% negative. That should tell you how many people, or how people are so disgusted by the fact that, men actually rape women. Clearly, of course, this 4% positive comments. I'm actually interested in finding out what people are saying exactly about rape that is supposed to be positive. But let's focus a bit more on what people are saying. So Abdul Shakur says, that's madness. We ask, so should a woman be raped because of how she dresses? That was a question that we put on social media. And Abdul Shakur says, that's madness. I think it goes with this question, should men be arrested because your hair looks bushy or rasta? That's a comparison somebody is making. Also, Ifwa says, dressing doesn't matter because some people dress decently yet they are raped, and that's very true. La Yusuf, or Lo Yusuf, I hope I had the name right, says no, but women should be charged for bad dressing, and that's something I want to also ask you guys, if that is something that should be looked at, because I know in some countries when you expose yourself you can be arrested for improper dressing. Let's move on. Achu says, when you see a woman's body parts, private parts, says, okay, hope I didn't miss that, in her decent dress, how do you feel? Now, you do also realize some women deliberately wear things to expose certain things. Now, it's off the back of the question that should a woman be arrested if she dresses, in a very provocative way? Let's move on. Christabel says, no, but sometimes her dressings are too bad. Harriet says, no woman deserves to be raped no matter what. And that is what another person is saying. So these are some comments coming in. More here from Ida. Ida says, it's a shame that this would even be a topic for debates. Yes, it's a very important topic, Ida, and that's why we're discussing it. Lizzie Olabisi says, no, that is wickedness. Why will a woman be raped? Now, the world is full of evil. May God help us. More comments coming in. TV1 says, indecent dressing, yes. Decent dressing, no. Bellcat says, raping a woman is an offense against the law, but then every woman should show self-respect by learning how to dress properly. And I think people are taking it on sharing their various comments. So, coming back to you as well, these are what people are saying, and I think they're critically hitting on whether, saying that women should dress decently so they will not provoke men to act the way they do, but that's over to you.
So as we're talking, I quickly Googled the meaning of indecent, and then I checked the meaning of indecent exposure. So indecent exposure is a legal animal.
Okay.
And it says the crime of intentionally showing one's sexual organs in public, or the act of outraging public decency by being naked in a public space. So there's a strict definition.
Okay.
If you are not naked, it's not indecent exposure. Now, here's where it comes. Indecent dressing, mommy.
Yeah.
Not conforming with generally accepted standards of behavior, especially in relation to sexual matters, and there is not appropriate or fitting. So indecent exposure is a crime, but indecent dressing, mommy?
Well, you said generally accepted, right? So it goes back to think about it. And I had this conversation with my mother actually, because when you go, I lived in India for a bit. You see the saris that the women wear. Now, when some of the parts of the stomach shows, right?
Yeah.
And for them, that's normal. You wear it to church, they wear it to work, and it's okay. Now, when people would wear skinny jeans, they would have a problem. It looked indecent to them. Now, if somebody wore that sari thing here in Ghana, oh, this is indecent because it's not generally, because you live in a community. At the same time,
because your stomach is exposed.
It's exposed. But the thing is this, when a man rapes a 3-year-old girl, would you say, okay, she looked indecent? So you have to think about the fact that a lot of things have to do with the perpetrator and how you think. Because somebody can just see your arm and feel like, oh, when I saw her hand, I was moved. But the truth of the matter is that you're not taking accountability to say that. Because let me use this example, the looting. I asked somebody, we are passing by the Gucci shop, people are looting, the place is open. Hey, maybe someone drops a bag, one of the bags that they've stolen. Will I pick the bag? Now, if I pick the bag, I'm also stealing. But the truth of the matter is that it's the idea of knowing that even though the bag was there, me picking it just because the bag was on the floor doesn't justify me thinking I can go pick up the bag. So the thing is that taking accountability of the fact that you cannot control how someone is going to dress.
But you can control how you can behave.
And how you process it. So how do we train people to even, and it goes back to the community and what people are being taught. Yeah, if you're in church, like, okay, fine, if you're a woman and you are wearing this. No, if you're a man, delayed gratification. Just because you can see doesn't mean you have to go touch it, right? So no one is teaching that. So you also have to think of the fact that you have to take accountability for your own actions.
I want to turn the guns back on myself, and I'm sure I have lawyer Dennis Ejejumo with us still. Yes. So let me come to you quickly on the conversation we just had. You are the legal mind here. Indecent exposure, indecent dressing. Where do we draw the line? Where do people get off telling people how they can dress? Lawyer.
First of all, that has been the major problem that we have in this country when it comes to victims, because always our focus now turns to the perpetrator, and we deciding that in terms of dealing with some of these things, you don't want to factor the involvement or in terms of how the victim has suffered in this whole thing. Issue of indecent exposure, it is not up to you as an individual as we speak to determine that somebody has dressed indecently. It is not your business to make that determination. If you think that the person has dressed indecently, for which reason is obscene in nature, make a report to the police, let the police take its course. It cannot be a ground or justification for anything. Okay? And that's how come we have been more reactive than proactive when it comes to victims or victim issues in this country. So we are having this conversation because everybody is having this conversation. After this conversation, what happens? Hello?
Your name, Dennis.
Okay, so after this conversation, so we need to have, because remember that we are going against a social construct. And whenever you're going against social construct, there has to be practical measures that has to be put in place. So people often complain that, oh, these people have not come out to complain about it. But we ask ourselves, in our environment, for those of us who are matured and I think that we are around a modern industry, how many of us have a sexual harassment policy in our environment? How many of us have encouraged women to come out and speak when they are being sexually violated? Because the problem you're having is that most people will think about the economy than themselves. So if somebody who is well-educated, understand her rights, have been through the university, is economically empowered, feel afraid as we speak, works in a bank, is being sexually violated, decides not to talk about it, and we the men who have to encourage them to talk about it decide to all keep quiet, we are all part of the injustices. Okay, so let us have a more because let me believe you me. After this conversation, when this issue is out, all of us will go to sleep. We'll call a lawyer again when an issue comes up. Before this became trending, this issue has already been there. It's there. It's happening now. So can we have a more proactive discussion on these matters so that we do not go to sleep on it and bring it back when the incident happened again? Because remember, we are going against a social construct. When you are going against a social construct, there has to be a conscious effort to deconstruct and reconstruct what we want to have at the end of the day as we are growing as a society. Because remember that we are changing the culture of the people. And changing the culture of the people is going to take time.
Exactly.
Sometimes
but you see, I want us, Dennis, to start from one of the beginning points of changing culture, which is the role of the media. Mami, what role do you think the media has played? I'm talking about social and traditional in the proliferation of this way of thinking, and how can we be a part of the solution?
I mean, obviously, like, it goes back to they say what, 90%, okay, I'm not sure the percentage, but it's a huge percent, more than 70 of what you see and what you hear actually affects you. And so I think that people actually, now it may not be the media, but what people watch and listen to has affected some of the things that they do right now. And so one thing I know is that I lived in Zimbabwe for a bit, and rape was a big thing. And people say because of the apartheid, it was also a thing, in South Africa, it's a big deal. And so there were so many commercials we'd see on TV. News stations will have commercials where a child who has been raped and is having to tell their mother or tell their father what an uncle did to them. And so we don't really have a lot of these commercials running on TV.
Okay.
And so if you could have more of these things running on TV, kids could see, parents could also see, and even think, oh, this could even be happening in my home. And let's not even put it only men doing it. Even I know people who've been women, young girls who've been molested by house helps who were female, or young boys who are molested by house helps who are also female. So even men and women are even perpetrators too. And so how do we even shed light on all of these things so we don't miss anything out in the conversation by over focusing on one thing?
I'll open the phone lines at this point, 0246807983, 0246807983. Dennis, so you deal a lot with people seeking justice in the space. How does this kind of behavior, victim blaming and victim shaming, how does it hamper the pursuit of justice?
Well, there are intrinsic injustices in the justice system. Okay. And I'll give you a practical example. In this country, there are not more than 20 lawyers, the last time I cross-checked at the beginning of this year, for legal aid. Legal aid is supposed to be the lawyer for the poor. The whole of this country, there are not more than 20 lawyers for legal aid. Legal aid is underfunded in this country. So in situations where the victim does not have the economic power not to even pay legal fees, but has to bear the cost of his expenses, i.e. taking a car to go, getting money to print a document, procuring certain issues from the court, okay, it is a difficulty. So there are instances where even there, if you ask some lawyers, you can speak to some lawyers, where lawyers have to sometimes, even the nature of the people that you're actually trying to assist, you have to actually even give them transportation to go back home. Because of the lack of social, we have had, under the last year, we passed the Witness Protection Act, which is supposed to be, we established a fund under the Witness Protection, which is the Victim and Witnesses Protection Fund. That fund, as we speak, does not have any money in the fund. The Appropriation Act that we have put in place, every year, you can do that cross-check. We pass an Appropriation Act in which because we want to see the kind of money that we dedicate towards children or the vulnerable in this society, it is insignificant. Even the small money that we give, most of these monies are towards meetings. So there are more monies that are used to organize social protection meetings than monies that we actually may end up in the hands of people who actually need the social protection.
That's a heavy statement, Dennis. I'll let that sink in. Let me go on the phone lines quickly and answer Amina from Kanda. Good morning, Amina.
Good morning.
Yes. Amina, what do you think? Should women be blamed? Should victims of rape be blamed in any way?
Please come again.
I'm asking, what you think, what your comment is on our discussion, you know.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
I'm gonna turn off the television. I understand we are having a challenge because of that. Turn off the television and let's just speak on.
Okay,
I
just did.
Right. Go ahead.
Okay, so my mindset, this issue of this child, whatever we are discussing right now, it's not something that just started happening or something that is away as in right now. You see, the problem was already there or has been there for a very, very long time, and we never took it into consideration. See, one thing that is affecting us. We know that this is a problem, and it has been there for so many years. But then we don't take it. We don't take it. Do you understand me? We don't talk about it for a very long time. Do you understand me? We don't. It's something that has been there that needs to be solved. But then we feel like, and most important, we the girls like this, we realize that we're not important in the community, or we don't nobody cares about whatever we do now.
Right.
So when somebody get affected at a moment, and that is where the consideration or the mindset get back to like, okay, so this is a problem and it needs to be solved. Should it be a problem now? You see, like community where I come from, we dress very, very indecently. If we should make a percentage of the girls that dress decent compared to those who don't dress decent, like you see, the percentage is so high. You understand? Mm-hmm. But my community like this is so less to see a girl being raped, no matter how she is dressed.
Interesting.
Do you understand?
Interesting.
Yes. So let
me ask you, why do you think that is the case? Why do you think that even though from what you see, there are a lot of indecently dressed women in your community, so few people are raped? Why?
Please come again.
Why is that the case? Why is it that there are so many people who dress indecently in your community, from what you say, but very few of them are raped?
Yes, very few of them are raped because one, you see my community like this, how will I put this? Like the information spread out, especially the teachings of one, the Christianity and the part of the Muslims. Like Muslim like this, we have.
Hello, Amina. Unfortunately, we've lost her, but she was making a very interesting point that a lot of people dress indecently in her community, and I'm assuming that's Kanda, where she called from. But very few of them are raped, and she was alluding to how it's linked to the morality of that society. But 0246807983 is the phone line. You can phone in and let us know what you think. This aspect of what people being afraid to come out and speak because they know they will be blamed. Mm-hmm. What is it taken away from us, Lami?
Well, of course, I mean, now you're left in a society where people, because obviously rape or abuse is a form of trauma, right? And so you have a society where people are now dealing with a lot of emotional issues. These things lead to things like anxiety, depression, and so many mental health problems.
Okay.
And people don't even know they have those problems. And so they go into family life with trauma because maybe they had been abused, they had been raped.
Wow.
You go and raise a family. And then there's so many...
So it's even bigger than what happens immediately. There's the
so
future.
Many
Listen,
things.
let me hear my last caller. Then I'll come back and we'll finish that. Right. Simon is on the line for Mosul. Good morning, Simon.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, Simon, what do you think?
Yeah, for talking about rape case like this, sometimes I don't really want to say much, but here is the case. We are in Ghana over here, that I think we don't take matters seriously. We have rules and regulations that need to guide certain issues like this so that they won't spread long or to minimize it. But here's the case. We don't educate our children. Education doesn't mean you have to take the person to school or something else. As we all claim that passing information to one another only can be done in the school or something like that. No, it's supposed to not be like that. Education begins at home. And here this education, it comes in and settles in the person's mind. Wow. So let me tell you, somebody can dress nakedly, but if the environment is well educated, such a rape case will not go on.
Like Amina said when she called from Kanda. Look, Simon, thank you so much for calling. And we would have to wrap up the phone calls at this point. Simon was our last caller. Jay Foley, is standing by our magic board.
Yes, again on our Magic Day Rule board. Now, after refreshing our page, you can now see that our positive comments have all cleared off, and now everybody is just hitting hard. Yes, 100%. Everybody going, showing, their disgust on this conversation. Now, how a lady is dressed might have a correlation with rape, but it isn't entirely the case because kids as little as 2-year-olds or 2 months also get raped, and so it all depends on being at the wrong place at the wrong time. Now, that is why it is essential to avoid certain types of visits and also avoid flirting if you are not willing to get down. And that's Makion sharing that in there. Yeboah Benjamin says, but men are free to wear sexually suggestive accessories. Right? He's asking. Now, in as much as we are all advocates for decency, it doesn't provide for moral, legal, and logical justification for rape. Even no animal does that. Are we not in this country where these below animal standards defile below age 1 toddlers? Do they also wear sexually provocative dresses? Anybody who makes such frivolous arguments, I think, is equally a potential threat to society. It's as simple as that. And that is Yeboah Benjamin. One more tweet here says, from Mercy says, no, her dressing should either make you appreciate God or put you off. Disgusting dressing shouldn't turn you on. If it does, then you are truly the problem and not the woman. More comments here, plenty of them. I wish we had time to go through all of them, but last one from Marcus says, the only thing I've seen here, we are not helping one another, except when you give your opinion, people are insulting you. Dressing has contributed. Okay, and that wraps up our comments. Thank you so much for as well to all of you who are sharing your comments to us via social media. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Jay, for being our man by the magic board. And Jay is going to come on in just a few minutes. I see AK Songstress in the house. I know Mr. Logic will also be joining us a bit later. So many discussions in the entertainment scene. Thanks, Mami, for joining us.
Thank you,
She's an international trade law expert, and she joined us on this all-important conversation. I must say that we didn't even scratch the surface of this topic because, someone hinted at the mindset of the person raping as well.
Right.
Yeah, and if we are living in a context where the person who is, it's her fault and not his fault, then he feels justified to go in for it. So that's another thing that we have to touch on. And so we'll bring back our guests, we'll add a few more next week. Watch out for the second part of that conversation. But let's keep the conversation going. Ask yourself first of all, and ask your immediate community whose fault it is when someone is raped and why. Thank you.
Capsules. And you may use Madarma Bohobio CB Men's Capsules by dear. What 2 points?
I don't know. You're very good. Say them again, I'm so I'm doing 10 Again, he said we need you so we are maybe a house to be credible.
Say to say, my young CB Women's Capsules. A year if it's a woman in fee and so.
Hey! CB Women's Capsules with the Ajo.
Also CB Men's Capsules, Ajo.
Susiana.
Ghana man member Damase.
Our pharmacy, chemical, ni herbal shops ni name. Etu phone fresh Susie Herbal Center 0247 111671 and 0246 578750. CB Men and Women Capsules.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
With schools temporarily closed and students staying home, teachers at North Hills International School, the most preferred private school in Ghana, award recipient in 2018, continued to have constant interactive classes with our pupils while simulating classroom experience online. At North Hills International School, We adapt to change and we go the extra mile to make sure any investment made in your ward's education yields the best results. We admit students from preschool to junior high school. Our arms are open to welcoming your ward into our wonderful community. Call us today and let your child start a promising journey of global excellence with us. North Hills International School, climbing academic excellence.
Them they fire on our girls with Viagra every day. We go do Sakawa to balance the equation.
Dr. A.B.
Small boys in town, chat them a chat. Say the old man them, cheat them a cheat them with Viagra. And they have all the money, so they can't compete with them. Them look for the money, Sakawa where them a go do. Them look for the money, them look here what them a go do. Them a want equal rights and justice. Them a want free and fair erection. Sakawa is the balance, balance. All boys them they want CC power. Small boys them they want money power. Sissy mude, boko. Sissy mude, boko. Sissy mude, boko. Sissy mude, boko. To the mighty power, joy daddy. I don't call it as them call it. Them put old man in a comfortable lead. So how them a go balance? To the this, every day that Mr. Big Man run them bad. To the this, every day that Mr. Big Man run them bad.
Them they fire on our girls with Viagra every day. We go do Sakawa to balance the equation.
Small boys in town, chat them a chat. Say the old man them, cheat them with Viagra. And they have all the money, so they can't compete with them. Them look for the money, Sakawa where them a go do. Them look for the money, them look here what them a go do. Them a want equal rights and justice. Them a want free and fair erection. Sakawa is the balance,
Welcome back if you just joined us. This is Prime Morning and we're about having a conversation with your favorite AK songstress, and Jay is here. Actually, G, you know that Friday is a Jay Foley day. I'm just here. I'm photo bombing it. I'm video bombing it. Yeah, welcome.
I disagree. It's a ladies' chat today.
So before you came on, we're having a conversation. Daniel was having a conversation on rape. And our question for the day has been or is, should a woman be raped before, or should a woman be raped because of how she dresses?
No, I don't agree with that. Nothing justifies rape.
Nothing
at all.
I like that position as well. I mean, how do you? Let me put it in a very different way. That how do you see a man who abuses a woman because of the freedom to want to be herself?
I think such a man is a pervert, straight. Yes, because I think that's all I can say.
Yeah.
Such a man is a pervert. Such a man is
sick in the head.
Sick in the head, yeah.
I just like the way you're going out there.
Seriously,
it's good to see you in person.
Yes.
How are you doing? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while since we met.
Don't do that. Already your manager Duke, and I know Duke will cut my head off. If Duke had a chance to be on this interview, he said you put my neck on the chopping board and cut it off. But anyway, it's good to see you.
Thank you.
I know you've been in and around on a lot of projects and stuff like that. Just mind giving us up to speed what you've been up to.
I mean, I just released like 3 weeks ago. I released a song with Efia, which I'm promoting, titled Wunia. But before, Wunia, featuring Efia. But before that, I was working on some projects. I was working on, I was on a tour.
Okay.
An EP tour. I did about 4 of them, and then Corona set in. Even the weekend before the lockdown, I had a show. I also had some paid shows lined up, which were cancelled. So, I mean, that's what I mean. Since that happened, everything has been slow. It's just about the promotion of my new single featuring Efia. That's what I'm working on.
I mean, I'd say that you have done so well for yourself and even for the music industry that you're a woman. And congratulations. I know that you won an award on a Culture and Innovation Award. I don't know when this was, but
it was this year.
Okay.
Somewhere in March, I think.
Oh, then a big congratulations as well. Have you won an award in Ghana before?
Yes, I've won Bass Awards.
Yeah.
And then I've gotten nominated in the VGMAs several times. Yeah, I've won quite a number of awards, international and locally. The City People's Awards in Nigeria. I mean, and I can't really,
I know that you probably have had lots of questions, or you've heard this question a lot of times. How do you feel, especially the genre of music that you do? I'd say that is heavily male dominated.
I also just come to that question as well. It's true.
Do you feel bottled up?
I would say that I feel like we need more females to join in, because it's quite lonely here. The males have taken the lead, and it's hard for any other person, even including the males who are behind them, to even be recognized. So being a female is quite, it's quite challenging. But I think I've pushed my brand to the point of, being recognized as part of them. Like, you can't talk about reggae dancehall in Ghana without mentioning my name. So
you feel like dancehall has become a male-dominated space, and I don't know whether it's less media attention given to female dancehall artists, because I know there's the likes of Kaki had issues of management, so she went out. Miss V faced issues on depression when she came back. She attested to that as well. It's like when you mention dancehall, it is Episode, it is Shatawale, it is Stone Boy. In the top 3 or top 5, you don't even mention a female artist in there.
You mentioned AK Songstress.
Not in terms of how well they perform. I'm talking about attention that we give to them. Do you feel media has?
I think it's because of a lot of factors. They have worked, obviously, like they've worked very hard, and they didn't just get there. They worked to get to that point. It took them years to get to that point. So I as much as I would say that less attention has been given to the females, I mean, I think I came to meet Stone Boy and Shatawale and all these people you're mentioning. It takes time to get there, but I just lost what I was going to say.
If you had the power, if I had some magic potion to give to you, what would you do to change the industry? I mean, you want more females to join in, but what can you do with what you have now?
The point is, there are a lot of females out there doing dancehall, just that they have not gotten to the point where, they'll be giving that kind of recognition by, like that kind of big recognition by Ghanaians. So I would say that if there was anything I could do, I would suggest that VGMA, they add a category for, let's say, female reggae dancehall artists.
Just to create some highlights.
Yes, because once there's a category like that, you get to see that there are lots of females out there who are also doing dancehall.
That's actually a very important point you raised.
Yes.
I mean, it's
so
not
that
gender
not
biased, but
because
I was going to ask that, wouldn't that raise?
Because we have male vocalists now, a female vocalist, we have male this and a female that. So I think there should be a category like that so that others can join in, because there are females doing well too and pushing their brands.
Who would be your top 3? Of course, I didn't say add AK Songstress. Definitely should be number 1, because of course we have to prioritize yourself. Who would be your other top 3 female dancehall artists that you feel equally deserve also the recognition?
Hey. I can only talk of those I know.
Okay.
I can mention Reina.
Okay.
And then Akiana.
Okay.
Yeah. and there's this young lady coming up, original tough girl. I don't think she's really out there. Because I am doing that genre, I think I've noticed her too. So I mean, I didn't. If there's anybody I've not mentioned, it's not.
Well, we are maybe some smoke here, aren't we? I know that's.
Yeah, you see, it's you know, when you mention some people's names and leave others, it looks like you don't like somebody. But these are the names that I can, because I follow them, they follow me and all that. Maybe that's why I know they are there in the system.
Well, you didn't mention any Miss V's in there. Is there beef? I mean, yeah,
no,
you did mention that nobody can beef you.
Oh yeah, nobody can beef you. That's like, you know, that's public knowledge. Yeah, that's public knowledge. You know, I'm not the kind of artist that you just come around and then just beef like that. I would face you, like if I said this some time back, that if you're on my level, I would beef you. And then when I talk of my level, I mean, I've built my brand to a certain point, you get me? And then in this industry, you don't just get up and beef anybody who comes and beefs with you. Because I believe that monkeys play by sizes. If Shatta Wale is beefing Stonebwoy, you know, they're on the same level. In terms of brand, they're all big artists with huge following. So and then it's like rubbing shoulders with people, like mingling with certain people so that, you know, you kind of get some of their aura.
Have you had anybody try beefing you before?
Yeah, Kaki, that was
Kaki tried. So she's not. So did you? How was that feud?
It was good. Kaki was there. You get me?
What was the beef about?
I don't know. She just did a song and started mentioning names and this and so I just jumped into it. It was nothing personal. I think it was good for the game. It's always good for the game. Once it's not, it doesn't turn physical. And it's just lyrical.
Would you say that you have stuck to your genre forever, like reggae dancehall? Because sometimes when I listen to your song, I see.
I wouldn't say I've stuck to it, like, you know, how I started. I had to mix things. I had to try my hands on other things. As a versatile artist, and then considering the kind of industry we're in, the people who have taken the lead have not stuck to the genre, strictly stuck to the genre, and they are the people that we look up to. And they are the people influencing the dancehall fan base. So if you just sit back and then be like, okay, like if I had stuck to that the kind of dancehall I was doing, I wouldn't have gotten to where I am today. It took me a long time to even make that decision to you know, start doing this kind of Afro dancehall and then mixing things up a bit.
Let's take you out of your comfort zone. If you're not listening to your speciality, what kind of songs do you listen to, especially in Ghana here?
Hey, in Ghana, I would say I listen to high life music.
Oh, wow.
And then I listen to, in Ghana, how many genres do we have in Ghana?
Well, I'm still learning though.
Oh, which of the artists would you listen to?
Say yes?
Which of the Ghanaian artists would you listen to?
I listen to everybody. I listen to Shatta Wale, I listen to Sarkodie, I listen to Stonebwoy, I listen to almost everybody.
Okay, let me make the question tougher.
Okay.
Let me make it tougher. Right. Too comfortable.
Okay.
Yes. So there's been recent beefs on rap, female rap.
Yeah.
Who amongst all the people that jumped onto the beef, quoted and quote, do you love?
I love all of them. I love all the ladies. I like the fact that the ladies were getting attention. I think it has stopped. I don't like it. I don't even like the fact that it has stopped.
So you wanted to continue, right?
Yeah, I just didn't want it to get physical, but then I was enjoying it. It gave attention to the females, and you know, it was just a matter of time it would get to.
Surely you
So yeah, among them, my personal favorite is Eno. Because I did Unsung with Eno. I was on Unsung with Eno. Yeah. That was way back then. Like, I've been around Eno for some time now, and then I think I have a song coming up with her, and I love her. I love her vibe. I love all of them, but then I think I'll pick Eno just for these reasons.
Would you say that the beef that came about has given her, you know?
Oh yes. Oh yes. And then, you know, there's one funny thing. Like, before, when this lockdown started, I sat at home. I was telling my manager, my mom, and everybody around me that I have a feeling that before the end of this corona thing, there will be new stars born. I mean, she's always been a good artist,
but
then
more light on her.
Yes,
I've always said that, and I think there's still more to come in the industry. More things will change, and then a lot of people, like everything is just going to turn upside down like this. Those below are going to come up.
I agree. I totally agree. Let's still stay on my level issue. You need somebody who is on your level.
Yeah.
But you're explaining to me that this is dependent on your brand.
Yes.
But you're ventured into other genre of music. So if a person wants to come to your level and probably beef you, for lack of a better word, I should say beef you.
Yeah.
They surely will not come and beef you on a reggae dance hall.
Yeah.
They probably will go on the new tangent that you have gone on.
Yes.
Who do you think you can survive it? Because then I'll make my point clearer. Ifya says that she's not a rapper, she's a singer, and she's tried rapping, and so she's quite impressed at her efforts. You're a reggae dancehall artist. You have tried other styles. I see a little high life, I see a little afro in there. Do you think that if the people who are good at that genre try to come and beef you at that level, can you survive it?
Yeah, I can.
You can?
Yes.
Well, musicians are always telling they have the.
Shall we call on the beef?
But it's good. AK was a wild artist.
Yeah.
She's a wild female artist.
I'm not calm like that.
You're not calm like that.
I mean, look, Corona has for the past couple of months really slowed down business. How challenging has this been for you as well?
Very challenging. Like I said, I had to cancel some it was, and then I had my song with Kwame Eugene was doing very well on the streets. It was gaining momentum, and then I had a collaboration I did titled Obinim was gaining momentum in the streets. My tour was gaining momentum, like it was getting a lot of attention. It was growing, and it was going to get bigger and bigger. I was going to do it throughout the year. So it has affected.
You know, can we say that radio and television promotions then isn't everything? Because now that bars have been closed, clubs have been closed, spots and joints have been closed, has it become more difficult to promote music?
Yes, it has. And then moreover, it depends on the kind of music you're putting out. I mean, if you are doing a song that is a party song, a banger, a song that people have to really dance to, you don't just promote it on TV and on radio, but then you promote it in the streets, because that's where you get the pubs to play it and the clubs to play it as well. So yes, I mean,
has this informed any strategy with the kind of music that you're
it has
do during this time when social distancing and gatherings?
It has, like the song I have with Ifya, like this. I recorded it, and I was just looking to see the right time to put it out there. Before it happened, I had plans of dropping a different song, which was a banger, to follow the one I had with Kwame Eugene. But then that song, I think, needed a street promotion. So I had to switch it up a bit and then do this kind of song. And then the concept of this song I have with Ifya is about love. And this is the time that we all have to show love and support each other. So this song is perfect for the moment, and the way it is reggae, it is smooth, and then it's
so there's something I want to throw in here, and I'm deliberately doing this as well because it's about management. Now a lot of artists hardly survive management, you know, and because of various issues, money. You look at what's happening with Ishan and all that, you know, it's quite sad. But you have managed to stay on strong with management, and I know you definitely want to throw in some light on, Duke as well. And what kind of magic does he put in that keeps you guys going?
First of all, I think it's about it's talking about my management. My management is more like a family. It's not like it's a working relationship, but then it's more of a family relationship. And then I understand where my manager wants to take me. And what I do, I'm just talking about what I do. I don't listen to, when you're an artist, you get a lot of people talking into your ears. Everybody has a suggestion. Everybody has a way that they see things around you. But then when you are inside your management, you know what exactly goes on, you know the efforts that are being put in, and then you know what needs to change. And
because Kaki split up, Fontana is split up, Miss V left Links. I mean, not on a negative note, but she had a new direction, you know, but yet you have managed to still keep strong in that space.
I think it's about understanding and then knowing where you want to go. I have focus, you get me? Nobody can just come in, and I think one of the main things that causes problems, apart from maybe the fact that you have your contract is over and then you have to just leave. Apart from that, those who actually go through issues and problems with their management, it's about what people say to them. Oh, your manager is not doing this. I can do this for you. Oh, but he's supposed to do this for you. Why is he not doing that for you? But I know what is going on with my management, and I know the efforts that my manager is putting in. And then he also knows, we kind of understand each other, you get me? So I think that is what has...
Still staying on management, did you ever have any relationship with Links?
No,
never did.
It wasn't the blocks that you were.
It's just Paradise Entertainment. I've always been with Paradise Entertainment.
Nothing.
Well, what caused that rumor that you were actually going to get signed onto Links or something? It was on the blocks.
I don't know. I think I did a song with Kwame Eugene. I think that's how come maybe they thought something was.
I mean, Corona has affected all of us anyway. We're all affected in any way. But before that, what would you say has been your greatest challenge, most difficult being a musician?
Being a musician, I would say that before I came into the industry, I sat back to observe and watch what the industry is about. So there are lots of things that I met that didn't really surprise me. But talking of
things like what?
Oh, you know, like when you come into the industry fresh, you think everything is easy, especially when you start getting attention, because you've never gotten attention before. So like when you do something and you get about
from a boyfriend.
Oh no, from a boyfriend.
You have a boyfriend?
I'm single.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because she says no sex until marriage. Oh, you're not the one who said it.
Oh, I'm the one who said that. She's not to get information.
Yeah. I go deep down. So today you confirm it again. No sex until no boyfriend, no sex until marriage.
Yeah.
So see, the thing you said is not true. So my
it is. No, it is.
It's true.
So back to what you're saying.
Back to your challenges,
Yes. I would say that I was my personal challenges is the genre that I chose. I love it. I love everything about it. But the way it was before, it kept changing. And I wouldn't blame anybody for it. I think it's about what the masses wanted. I started to doing a certain type of dancehall music, which was so original, which is good. I still do it, but then I've toned it down. It took me a long time to accept as an artist, because I always believe in doing what is right. It took me a long time to switch and then, try to do what the people want. I had to be sat down to be convinced that this is, you can't just do what you want. It's about doing what the people want. So it took me some time, and then I think it delayed certain things in my career. You get me? It set me back a bit.
On the tone of that, sorry, I just want to push to find out more information.
Yeah, no problem.
Abi,
Yeah, I know.
That, do you feel that being, when women achieve a certain height in their career, sometimes men become a bit into, for want of a better word, let's say afraid to even approach. Does that affect relationship? Do you think that that in any way has been a foundation for you even deciding to be single? Are you able to get people come at you?
Yeah, I do get people come at me, but the point is,
I'm smiling, but the face you can't see.
I do get a lot of people.
Oh, is it?
Yes, a lot of
They're
people.
Not afraid?
There are some people who are afraid. You get a lot of people coming, but as a woman, you know what you want, and most of the time, I think the kind of people, once you attain a certain level and status in life, you expect, you get standards.
People said you were dating Mr. Logic.
Oh nah, are you serious? I was working with Mr. Logic.
Google AK song stress.
Hey, really? I don't really go out to. I don't even search for anything about myself, because sometimes I tried this sometime and it.
Will your manager allow you to date?
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't that affect focus direction?
Why should that affect focus direction? I mean, it's my relationship has nothing to do with the songs I'm singing.
Did you actually give a reason why you're single? I didn't get that. I didn't catch that.
Okay, the reason why I'm single. No, I think that what I was saying is not
been in a relationship.
Oh yeah, I have. I have. I think I would say. Hey, what I'm going to say. I would say that I recently broke up with somebody, so it's not like.
Are you broke up with him?
Yeah, we broke up.
She dogged him. That's what she did. She dogged him.
Will it not come to the backdrop of what Jay is saying, that when you're climbing up, preferences and tastes.
No, that wasn't the case. It's just normal relationship problems.
Brand new music as well. We just watched the video as well on the title of the song again.
It's reggae.
Reggae.
The current song I'm promoting.
Yeah.
It's reggae.
Reggae.
Yeah.
The
one featuring Efia.
Oh, fantastic music as well. Lovely. Is there a video to the song?
No, we are about to shoot it.
About to shoot the video. We've got some games for you.
Yeah, some games for you.
Hey.
In fact, games because I have answered most of them, but Jay, I'm terrible at games, really. So maybe you want.
Okay, so let's do this one.
Am I Robert?
I'm gonna ask you some questions. Okay, real simple questions. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1.
Hey.
I want you to repeat these statements with an American accent.
Okay.
Okay, in an American accent, a Nigerian accent, and a Jamaican accent.
Hey.
Ready?
Yeah.
So let's do this one. I'm going to party this weekend in an American accent with a slang.
I'm going to a party this weekend.
That's right.
Let's do a Nigerian accent.
I am going to a party this weekend.
They will kill you for this one. And then a Jamaican accent.
We are going to a party this weekend.
Oh yeah, I like that. That is why she's certain in there. Okay, let's see this one. Hey man, wait for me. In a slang.
Hey man, wait for me.
Okay. Green card, no what Japan, what you green card, what cover? How the Nigerians say?
Hey man, wait for me.
They'll get you.
Yeah, they have it.
And how the Patois put it?
Hey man, wait for me.
Oh man, I give up. MFA, over to you, please.
Hey,
you can select one as well, and let's have a try.
Tell me why you are not in a relationship in English, in American language, and in Nigerian language, and in Jamaican language.
Well, I'm not saying.
How soon would you want to get married? Maybe if I can ask of what MFA is saying.
I think I've gotten to the age of getting married.
Oh
so
yeah.
Along the way.
What's that age?
The headlines.
Are you 30? I've heard that when you are 30, you should be getting. Are you 30?
Oh no, there's no age. Nobody can do it.
Beautiful
I'm not 30
Ghanaian reggae dancehall artist.
Near.
About to lock it down.
Hey, I'm not about to lock it down. Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm still searching.
I like
Are
that.
you?
Yeah, I'm searching.
Please give me the specification. I know how to go to the market.
AK song specifications.
I want an intelligent guy. Yeah, intelligence is key.
Okay.
Ambitious.
Okay.
God-fearing. Caring.
Hey, in 21st century.
Oh yeah.
One will not be there. Intelligence, some one will not.
Oh, Charlie.
I'm just kidding, man. There are great men out there.
Yeah.
AK, great chat with you this morning. Wishing you all well with the video coming up with you and Efia. Lovely song as well. Title, the song keeps slipping me.
The song's title is Wunia.
Wunia
is what I'm promoting now, and it's doing well.
Yeah.
It's getting a lot of airplays, and then people are loving it because of the concept. And the way it is. It's
until we wait for the video, how can we get to listen?
You can just go and then search AK Songstress featuring Efia Wunia.
Yeah, I'm
and
sure we'll get
on all musical platforms.
All right.
And you can follow me on social media.
Yes.
Everywhere at AK Songstress. Everywhere. Facebook.
What does the AK mean?
Akosia Kwache.
Oh,
yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes. African.
Yeah.
All right. # single. I'm not ready to mingle.
Yeah.
I'm ready to mingle single.
Oh yeah. When we come back, Bulldog, Mr. Logic are all live in the studio for a conversation. Are you ready for a heated one, Mifa?
Well, if Bulldog is going to be here, I am ready for that.
We have 3 mandates, which is to teach, to conduct research, and also to offer community service.
We are affiliated to Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology and partnering with the University of Utah.
When I was looking for a place to study public health in Ghana, Ensign was my first choice. We have all the resources here to get the work done.
I find that when students come here, they put all their efforts into this, and by the end, they surprise themselves.
We have lectures starting Thursday in the afternoon, Friday, and then Saturday.
For a student to be admitted to the Ensign College, they need to have completed a bachelor's program.
If you come here to study, there should be no single reason why your study cannot be successful.
Deadline for the submission of admission forms has been extended to Tuesday, 30th June 2020. Apply now. Ensign College, leading the future of health.
Welcome back. You're still watching Prime Morning in the last quarter of the show. Now we're going to do an entertainment review, just summing up all the events and happenings in the entertainment industry all through the week. Quite a number of stories for us to discuss as our guests have joined us. Before we do that though, just letting you know that it's a packed weekend, right? And boost your Friday with Guaman because health doesn't have a price and time. Very important. So grab your favorite infusions for yourself or cherished one at any of the following pharmacies. ADD pharmacies, Bedita Pharmacy, Medimart Pharmacy, ECP Pharmacies, Fremata Pharmacy, Top Up Prime Pharmacy, and Equity Pharmacy. Get your woman there.
Okay, so I bet good news. You want to buy a large box of pizza or jumbo or super family pizza size and get a free plate of rice. Now you can call 0551 33397, 05441 33397, and also 056 111. So the one, they are 5. Then 53 056 1111153. That's just about it. So Eddie's Pizza would give you the best at all of the branches. And also remember, there's buy one get one free on Tuesdays and on Wednesdays as well.
Well, we have very experienced pundits joining us this morning for us to have a very insightful conversation. None other but the man Bulldog and the man himself as well, Mr. Logic. Now these people, when they talk a lot of sense. You understand? They break things down for us to get a clearer picture and understanding on there, in as much as and also generates the controversy around it. So I'm looking forward for us to have a very great discussion on here. We'll be looking at issues of Mr. Drew's issue with copyright of Rotima's song, also Shatawale's Billboard announcement, and quite a number of Okonfo Kwade as well. In recent times, his mom is pleading and asking for support for his son. And even we'll look at his journey and his story, and we'll see where we failed and where he failed as well. But maybe let's start off with Mr. Drew's conversation. Just bring a quick up to speed information on that. Yes, a song with Stonebwoy off a rhythm. And then it comes out that YouTube pulls it down and then starts the whole issue on copyrights. But I don't know if you have the backstory to this as to what really happened on this. Isn't that he didn't know, or it's a rhythm? Aren't rhythms allowed to be used? I thought it was allowed to be used, or isn't it? But even before we started, let's hear the song first, and then just to get our viewers to understand what the conversation is all about.
I am a man or the rich, but now I day for your house. Make we shun the things because I just can't see mommy baby. I just can't see mommy baby. You, I just can't see mommy baby. I just can't see mommy baby. You, mama, I am a man or the.
Was the song a rhythm? And in fact, what is a rhythm?
I think a rhythm basically is an instrumental that a producer throws out for a lot of artists to jump on. I mean, you're a producer yourself, so you know where I'm coming from. So I cannot sit here and say whether the song is a rhythm or not. What I know is if you listen to both songs, I mean, looking at who put theirs out first, you realize that Drew didn't do well. I mean, you can lift somebody's instrumentation, yeah, and do a totally different thing on it. I'll give you an example. So, Asem and Irene Logan,
yes,
did a song "Runaway."
Yeah.
And Iwan did a version of it.
Yeah.
Even if you listen to the song, it's totally different. Yes, I mean, and that we actually even sought out permission from Lynx Entertainment at the time. So if that's what you want to do, you reach out to the person and do it. But if you listen to this, the difference between the two songs is the fact that the guy is just singing in our local dialect, Drew, and the other guy is singing in English. The background voice and everything is the same. You know, the melodies. I mean, he just bits the song. You know, it's like doing a copyright version. I don't know. I mean, what you know, when we're growing up, I mean, we all aspired to be rappers. So you lift a Tupac song and, you know, do the same thing, and that's exactly what he did. You know, and I'm sure that's what the whole hoopla is about. That why would you do that? I mean, why would you lift somebody's song and not even let them know? You know.
But is it that because this one gained a certain level of attention? Because I mean, people have taken rhythms in the past, and what are the laws that guide the use of another person's instrumental or production?
Yeah, I'll take it from where Bulldog stopped. You know, like you said, rhythm is mostly like a medley. Someone does a rhythm, and then various artists can jump on it legally. But if you look at Mr. Drew's case, that's not what happened. He did a cover. Unauthorized cover. I mean, covers are allowed to be done. You can pick up somebody's song once the song is in public. You can pick it up and then do your own rendition, whether in your local language or in the same language, but with your vocal, and then change the instrumentation if you prefer. And then you have to go on to seek permission if you want to commercialize it before you can then monetize it. And the stressful thing about doing covers is if it's not a hit song, it makes no sense to do a cover, because the percentage levels and the copyright issues attached to that cover is too stressful. But you know, in Ghana, people get away with it. For instance, overseas, if you do a cover song and you monetize it with a license and you sell per CD for $15, the original composer takes $10 and you takes $5 because it's not your property.
Yeah.
You know, you shoot video, you do promotion, and then you end up getting only $10. So it makes no sense. That's why most covers are big songs. Then you will benefit from performances. You understand? So what Mr. Drew did, I don't blame him, the artist. I blame the label. Because you see, as a commercial label, as highly spiritual, the administration of the label is supposed to know all these things. Because Mr. Drew just going online and picking a song and doing a skit, throwing it online as if it was all fun. And then he gets commercial with it. He put it on YouTube. And before you even do videos for covers, you need to get a license called synchronization license. That gives you the right to sync a visual to the audio. That's why it's called synchronization. Because if you do an audio, it's audio. But once you want to put it on YouTube, you need to have a sync license. Because YouTube will be able to track the song and knows that it's not your song. Then they will track the original composer, whether you've gone through the process. So that's how come the song was pulled down. Because when they tracked with Rutimi, there was no formal, you know, agreement between them. So I really blame the label. I don't blame the artist.
Bulldog, I'm going to come to you. Is there a flaw between artists and management or label? Because I saw his explanation on social media that he did the cover and then his publisher didn't do what he had to do. What's the duty of a publisher, and why would an artist want to do a cover and then the publisher doesn't know that they have to do certain things right before they put it up? Is there a flaw?
I'll say yes, but I think it's just some flimsy excuse. You know, a publisher is a simple person, someone who puts out music. Make sure the music is licensed, so it can go on various platforms.
Is the publisher part of the management, or
they don't necessarily have to be part of the management. They can be, you know, these days, you know, before, if you have like a record label, everything is there. But these days, there are a lot of independent labels, indie labels. So there are external people that you work with, you know, so you can do your music and now get somebody to publish. Now, even the publisher doesn't need to go and, yeah, fine, it's part of the publisher's job, but you lifting the song, you should tell the publisher that this is where I actually picked up the song, because you don't expect the publisher to go out there to now go and investigate. You know what the source of the song. So you, once you finish the song, you speak to the publisher and say, listen, I picked up from this place. Can you speak to these people? Are we allowed to use it, blah, 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 before you publish? Unless they had that conversation and the publisher didn't do their work, then that's when you blame the publisher. You understand? But I agree with Logic that, and I spoke on another channel, and that's the same thing I said, that I mean, why would a management team allow this to go out? You know, the young man in question is not an A-list artist, so I can forgive him. You know, so I think he should. I've seen some of the utterances he's making. I think he should hold it. You know, he's ignorant about what the business is in. So he's talented. Yes, he can sing. Go and sing. You know what I'm saying. But when you finish your singing, allow the people who know the work, yes, to run it for you. So I think he should slow down.
On the back of that, I want to talk about Stonebwoy's involvement on there. Now, I mean, for a personality, an experienced person like Stonebwoy, I'm told he informed him to, you know, make all these. Don't you think that should be the opposite? That since he know that since he knew he was going to jump onto a rhythm that was not probably properly licensed, or you know,
who Stonebwoy? Yeah, I think Stonebwoy came out to say, "Yo, you're lying. He didn't know about it." Great. I think they had an argument on radio or something. He said he didn't know the boy was lying. So the boy's been lying all this while.
Interesting. Well, we have his apology. Let's watch the apology real quickly and let's.
So much for showing me love, for jumping onto my song, and I would never ever disrespect him in any way. You understand? So this is like my official apology to Stonebwoy, his management, and the BIM natives as well. I would never disrespect anybody. It's been pure love, and it will be pure love throughout. You understand? I would still love Stonebwoy no matter what, because I'm seeing a lot of things. I'm seeing people, you know, attack me, the BIM natives and all that, and I just want to say that I would never ever disrespect or sell out anybody, especially Stonebwoy, for being on my song. So for those of you, you know, saying that, oh, I've
so a miscommunication there.
I think I would like to come in from the publisher point of view before I get to this. I don't think Drew has a publisher. You know, it doesn't. They don't have a publisher, because when the case came up, when they say publisher, I think they mean agents, people who put their songs on platforms. Because any professional publisher will ask questions before they start to exploit the song.
Okay.
So the song was exploited without a publisher. It was just agents. Like, you know, in Ghana, you do a song and then you look for bloggers.
Right.
People want to do caller ringtone, they talk to middlemen. That's what he calls a publisher. Because if there was a publisher, we won't have this case, because it's an international infringement.
Yeah.
Now, talking of Stonebwoy, if I want to collaborate with somebody, it's not my responsibility as an independent brand to ask you where you got your song. If I know the song, I can advise. This is someone else's song. Why do you want to do a rendition? But then I'm sure Stonebwoy didn't know, because he had remake the song. So it was like a Drew song. Then Stonebwoy jumped on it. But as the case,
you feel Stonebwoy should have done.
No, I mean, collabos normally don't.
No, I mean, I'm just saying that. No, Stonebwoy is a. I'm a big fan. I'm just asking the.
Should have done a due diligence.
It shouldn't have. It shouldn't have.
Yeah,
because duty.
Yeah, it's not his duty.
I mean, let's just say this. Someone calls a Jay-Z, a DJ Khaled calls a Jay-Z to do a song, and when you enter the studio, the song is a Timbaland production with an Aaliyah.
Yes.
And Jay-Z goes ahead to just do a refix or a collaboration.
That is if it's a popular song.
Don't you think that it would mean for Jay-Z to ask that this song is not yours?
Charlie,
I have a relationship with Rotimi. I may not want to. Are you sure?
The thing they talk belong. You know why? You have managed Lucica before.
Yes.
Right? So Lucica says,
digging up my.
No, I'm just saying, because your experience. So when we go to Timbaland and all the Jay-Z's, not everybody will know. People know Lucica.
Yes.
You've done a great job. It wasn't Lucica. You've done a good. I mean, a list of them. So then you have a Lucica song, yeah. Then you send it to me that Shatta Wale should jump on it. You think we should go and find out whether you?
No, but if the song is somebody else's song.
No, how would we know? Why would we ask? We won't ask.
The song in question.
I get songs in my mail every day. That they want Shatta to jump on. I don't ask them questions. I don't need to. That's not my job. It is their job. Now, my artists need to listen to the song and feel that I want to jump on this or not. That is not my duty.
So you don't feel.
Does the rules change when the song is not popular or what? I'm getting energy that feels like if the song is
very important
if it's not popular, then it's okay. You can do anything.
If the song is not popular, automatically you don't know what song it is. But if it's popular, you know it's a Kujentri song or Daddy Lumba song. Then you can start asking these questions.
Should we be worried about Stonebwoy brand? Is it in any way going to affect his brand?
No, I don't think. Because Stonebwoy was a collaborator. You know, he is not the owner. It is Mr. Drew featuring Stonebwoy, not Stonebwoy featuring Mr. Drew.
Okay.
So all the blame comes to the label.
Yeah, we're going to move into the next topic real quickly, but did you also hear about the rift between, not the rift, sorry, but the similarity between Kofi Mole's song, Don't Be Late, and the Canadian Drip, the same thing produced by a Canadian in English?
I've not heard this before, but the Drew guy, that Mr. Drew guy, has a penchant for picking people's songs.
It's alleged that.
No, it's not alleged. I mean, listen.
He has a track record.
They had a gentleman on a label before. What's his name?
Kel Songs.
Kel Songs. Yeah. The Dress song. It is his song. It is Kel Songs' song. Yeah, listen, there's something that I understood about that situation. Yes, K.Y. produced the beat. You know, maybe K.Y. might have produced the melodies. Yeah, but the gentleman may have applied lyrics to the melodies. Yeah, yes. And he left the label. Technically, the song belongs to the label. Yeah, it belongs to the label. But not only the label, because there's intellectual property involved. The guy wrote the lyrics. And if you listen to the demo that they had before and what they put out, it was virtually the same. Yes. And when they got away with it, they think they can get away with it. I think we should have a different mindset.
Hustle with Sarkodie. Maybe just one I want to also ask that.
Hustle was there.
You know, Sarkodie also did Hustle Hard.
Yeah, Hustle is also a rendition.
That's a cover.
That's a cover also.
That's a cover,
Yeah,
and it's understood. That's different.
I think
this is. I don't know what to call this.
That's what I'm trying to find.
The problem is the cover renditions. They're almost the same. You see,
but didn't Mr. Drew do a cover to this one?
No, he did a cover, but he changed the lyrics.
So did Sarkodie.
No, do you?
Yes, but the melody is the same.
Did Sarkodie put anybody on Hustle?
No, it
was just him.
So you see, I think the thing here is, yes, he lifted the song, which is allowed, but then he put it out there as if it was an original.
Yes,
and that's the problem, where you get a big act like Stonebwoy to jump on there. You know, you seal it as if it was my own conception
song,
and that's what people are mad about. Because if he alone did that song, I'm sure people will say,
nobody will complain.
Yeah, Charlie, they do something. I mean, because boys do it all the time. You know, but to put, I mean, Stonebwoy is huge.
Let's go on to another topic. We're discussing your man's Billboard, you know, should I call it ranking? Yes, thank you very much. Before that,
let's take a breathe on it. But before that, I'm reminding you that you can still purchase CB soap for your manicure and pedicure. Also for the men, yes, we've got good news for you. If you have challenges with urine, you know, you have double urine right now, you're wearing a catheter, I recommend CB capsule for men. And for the women, you can buy some for your wives and your girlfriends. Discharge and itches, okay.
They should buy it themselves.
Yes,
the women.
They should buy it for themselves.
Yes.
But when we are in the kitchen, how can we make money to buy it too?
I like that.
All right, so we're going to be talking about the Billboard,
the rankings.
Yes,
So I mean, how does that make you feel as well? I mean, because you are directly in the camp, and then we will talk about the dancehall fraternities as well, taking a very taking a topmost spot in the Billboard ranking. I'm sure Mr. Logic is smiling.
Oh yeah.
Explain that.
Of course, it's my area.
Your journey is making it.
Yeah, it's my area.
But how does your man feel?
Oh, I mean, we're humbled. You know. I mean, this is a testimony to say what we've been saying for a very long time, that we have the biggest following. You know, we have the best following. We have a cult following. You understand? When we set an agenda, we achieve it. You know, and this is something we've been saying for a very long time, and people will be like, oh, no dear. You know, I keep saying that. Yeah, listen, I don't understand why an event organizer will bring 22 artists on stage. Yes, they want variety, but you know, it is only one man who's bringing all the crowd. Yeah, make a Braxton. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, but I'm glad. I mean, all the artists that made the position, himself, Stonebwoy, Sarkodie, and the woman Hamilton, Ghana. Yes, you know, I'm glad Ghana. I mean, that it's something that we need to be proud of as a nation, that we've been recognized, you know, because we've been relegated far too long. And for me, it's a win for the whole nation. It's just that, unfortunately, most of the people that don't support, especially industry Star Wars that don't support our stuff, can't share in the glory because they are shy. That, hey, Charlie, we go talk some man. No, it's a fact.
Are you happy with Stonebwoy's position on the
Billboard chart?
Yeah.
Well, I think, of course, where he is makes sense. He's in the first 3. And for me, I think Ghanaians, when you say Billboard, because we've known Billboard as a signpost.
I'm going to ask exactly what Billboard thing is.
So I think some level of education need to go into what Billboard is.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, it's very important because somebody was asking me, now, what is Billboard? Because we see Billboard with posters every day. You know, I think it has a very huge background, where and when it was founded and how it has represented the international music, because Billboard used to be into motions, movies grading. They grade through sales, streaming, and then following.
Okay.
And it's a top grading institution.
Yeah.
So they have been since 18 something. They've been grading music through sales. So to see Shatta be on the top, I mean within the locality, that's what they do. And sometimes they step beyond the borders. Coming from Billboard, which is the biggest music ranking institution in the world, it means they can't go wrong. But my problem is when they had a 20 years of age attached to the then people are saying, what if it's not coming from? You see, that's the problem we have, because this is a typical typological problem. You understand? And people will say, oh, I mean, for a Billboard to make
focus more on the
details. And I share with what Bulldog is saying. Shatta, he call him my former artist. You understand? So then you are talking to two Shatta. Brand makers. Yes, I saw that this guy is huge. You know, the following always start from the street. That's one thing we don't understand, the marketing. When you start with the media, yes, they will know you, but if the street don't know you, you are nothing. That's where the following is. So for Stonebwoy, he has equally worked so hard to match up. But the comparisons that we do in Ghana here, that's what's creating the problem. So it's hard to appreciate. Just like she asked me whether...
I've got two very heavy questions to ask real quickly. Does this not cause worry that no local journal like High Life and Co is able to put us on that global pedestal than an acquired journal like that?
I'd like to come in before Bulldog comes. You see, it's a very important question. Music should be communicable, even though we still believe that language is not a barrier. It's not. But if the music communicates, it's easier to relate. So this tells you that dancehall music is a global music. You understand? It's a global music because the first.
But shouldn't we be worried that our
we shouldn't be worried because
High Life global.
No, the problem with our High Life, the reason why I say I want to come before Boo comes is that the composition, the problem we have in our industry. Go to Kojenchi's songs, listen to his songs, look at the element, the structure of Kojenchi's song. Why do you call him Mr. Music Man? Melodies, structures, hooks, verses, well structured. Take another High Life, Kiddy. I'll use Kiddy as a typical example. The reason why Kiddy is trending now is because he has the same format. With these great composers. That's why Kiddy is Kiddy. It's not the voice, because people can sing more than Kiddy. But are their songs well structured to bridge that language barrier to you? You listen to Flavor, he sings in Igbo. Yet we communicate. We don't communicate with the language, the melodies, and the composition. You see, so our High Lifers, they are not doing any good to themselves.
Okay.
They fail. The last time I said that, High Life was built on drunkenness. And someone said, hey, why are you saying this? Look at our elders. If we should go deep, if you're a High Life artist and you come with a bare face, you have a problem. Because it was a palm wine music founded under the palm...
Isn't the street supporting, I'm asking this question real quickly, isn't the street supporting High Life? Because if you take an artist like Bisa Kede, well, not because I've formerly been in his team before, I speak independently, that he has a lot of interests outside than here, and there's a tag of you are doing funeral music locally.
Let me just delve a little bit into the question.
Sorry, I have just like 7 minutes left.
Okay, so let me do this real quick. Listen, the ranking you see there is not necessarily about the music,
streams, downloads.
No, it's about the persona.
Okay,
I see.
You understand what I'm saying? So don't let us get confused and say High Life is dead and dancehall is alive and
Can I make it to a Billboard if I have a good personality and I don't have good music?
No, when I say persona in music.
Okay.
Shatta has a secret, and that's what's taking him there. Listen, they're saying how many the streams. It means how many people. It means fan base. People looking, sales looking at you. Listen, I mean, we can set a trend this morning, and by evening we are all over the place. It's part of it. So it doesn't matter the song you're doing. I mean, Shatta, yes, it's a dancehall artist, but this is a gentleman who's multi-talented. He's done High Life. He has one of the biggest High Life songs in Ghana's history. My Level is High Life. Kojo Antwi is a reggae musician. He's not a High Life musician. He does reggae. So for me, I think you need to build, as a musician, you need to build yourself for people to want to follow what you do. You know, it's not necessarily about the music, the product, because we've moved beyond it. Yes, I know Jay Foley is talented. I know Jay Foley will kill my radio ads. I know Shatta, yes, so what? But what extra? What extra that Jay Foley or Shatta or Mr. Logic or yourself bring to the table? And Shatta has it. He has the X factor. A lot of the guys don't have it. And you need to live it. You see, sometimes you might think, oh, I want to. No, don't try it. You have to be born with it.
All right. I just want 2 minutes for you to touch on this issue as well. Now, you mentioned something very important. The streets.
Yes.
It's a big decider for an artist. Should media in the next few years be worried? I asked AK sometimes a similar question, that how has coronavirus affected you? She says, well, you know, I'm not getting my songs, my party songs we played on the pubs and the joints and all that. We are all resorting to social media and then radio and television. Should the media be worried in the few years to come that they might not be, and Clay Shatta Wale has done that, should they, that they will not be the main source of promoting an artist?
You say they should they be worried?
They're
already worried. When last did the media put out any artists? When? Check it out. For the last 5 years or 6, 7 years, media hasn't contributed to nothing. What they have done is to feed off what is coming from the streets.
That's radio and television. Social is also media.
Yes,
so.
I mean, so streets. Listen, he will tell you, Dancehall King started from the streets. African Girls, 5-5, started on the streets. I1 started on the streets. You know, so this is what people will feed off. Listen, when a DJ is in the studio playing music, when they are done, they'll go and sit somewhere and eat some fufu or drink something. You know, when they are there, the DJ there playing the music, and the reaction to whoever is doing whatever there will inform them to play that particular song.
Interesting.
Yeah. So the street has always been corporate.
Yeah.
They decide. Media just feeds on it, because anything that is whatever it is that we're discussing now,
is going to go down very soon. I'm going to do research and come back. But quickly, we've got a few minutes. What's the Okonkwo Quadri story?
I wanted to contribute to the media issue, but let me just jump.
The media issue have to bring
time is short.
The big ones.
I think Okonkwo Quadri's issue has been mismanagement. You know, as an artist, the people around you contribute to your well-being. Quadri's behavior, from the time I've known him or used to hear of him, we hear issues like he's reckless, he smokes. These are the things we hear. He does this negative. I mean, some negative stuff more than the positives. And I wonder where the people around him, what they were doing about Quadri. His issue now is more like people are relating to substance, which I don't think it is. But because I've heard he's bipolar, and it's when you are bipolar, substance trigger your abnormality. You understand? So Quadri's issue has been mismanagement, because you should be able to understand the artist. If you understand your artist, then you know how to advise the person. So for me, Quadri need a total rehabilitation, you know, so he can put himself together and then come real good. Because the last coming he tried, it didn't work, because they did not really put the guy together.
Do you think his style would have been still relevant?
Oh no, of course. It would have.
I would disagree with him.
It would have.
In terms of management, you know, we can do what we can do. We can't do it all. It's like sending a horse to the stream, asking the horse to drink. If they don't drink, they can't do nothing. You know, we all have our own ways. And there's nothing that anybody can do to us. So I think we should pray for him. That's what I'll say, because
they've tried to come back, it didn't work.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Do you think that even if he goes for rehabilitation,
Bulldog is disagreeing. Yes, because he's a manager. I am a manager.
Yeah, because you said manager.
I know what I'm saying, because you see, if you work with, for instance, he has worked with Shatta, I've worked with Shatta. When I was working with Shatta, he would do songs. Shatta records every day. Then he would send me like 5 songs in a day. Then I'll say, I don't like this one. I don't like that one. He might leave it. Sometimes he put them out. When I see they're out, I say, but this one I said I didn't like it. He said, but I like him. then you put it out. Sometimes it becomes word exchange. Then we learn from it. So you see, if the management is able to contribute into the shaping of the artist's behavior, you might think the artist might think you are wrong, but after days, he will understand you.
Artists listen to their
No, they will listen.
Listen. Don't let
They will listen.
People
There's
think,
a Kojo listen to his manager.
listen, people
Unless the
think-
manager is a novice, if he doesn't know his job, then there's no need listening
I
to
think
him.
people think there's a myth around management. There's no myth. Management is parenting. Simple.
Exactly. So your child should listen to you.
My son, my 7-year-old boy,
Yes.
he doesn't listen to me.
then there's
He will have
a problem with
yes.
the
So then I cannot break. Yes, I cannot break this rule. Yes, I cannot break his neck.
No,
you understand?
you don't have
So
to break
when
his neck.
so when he goes to break his neck himself, he will listen. He will say, Daddy, they talk. No, you can advise. I'm not sure because when we sit here and say management is the problem, then we are doing ourselves in
I know.
yes,
I understand.
as a team.
I understand.
We understand that yes, you need to sync. You should pray. Listen, you should pray that you sync with your artist.
You know the question you asked AK Songstress about how come she been able to stay with the manager for this long, and she gave you family connections and relations and all that. So I'm saying that if management or managing is parenting, then there should be some level of guidelining.
Yes, but you
understand.
You need to sync.
Okay, I'm giving you
I just
soap.
wish we had
Okay.
time.
I want to give you soap. Keep washing your hands. All right.
Yeah, nice.
One for you and then one for yours. I'm
Bulldog
sorry.
has
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's plenty to me.
I know.
Unfortunately, our time is. I really wish we had extended time to have this discussion, but I'm going to really push for us to have one Friday with the two of you, so
Absolutely.
we can really. I have a lot of questions that I want to ask.
I've had great fun
as
with
well.
you.
Our time is up. Monday,
Take a
we'll
song
be back.
from one of your artists.
Yeah. Very important.
Very important.
Yeah, he's a new dancehall artist who is entering now. So
About to take over.
He's taking over. He's joining Saturday and Stone. He's joining there.
He's not taking over.
No, he's joining there. No. They are his seniors, so he's
We'll
joining
see you
there.
on Monday. Take care and stay safe.
Life me a face it. What God bless you can't case it. If you not check yourself, you are go wreck it. Pray for one and all. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Joy Prime, real entertainment.
Rangracia is brought to you by
Pomo Tomato Mix,
Enthalatum Acnes,
Fruitally,
Fresh products. Cocoa Trading Enterprise.
Finic Clear Cocoa Butter.
Cerelac,
Titom Jollof Mix. Behemoth.
If you wish to give them any token, then you may do so. Now please stand up. Rudra, I always wished to be a part of every celebration and special moments in your life. But I never thought that this situation, this is the ancestral sword of the Ranawat family. It is given away to the eldest son of the family and then to his eldest son. This tradition has been a part of our family lineage. Well, actually brother should have had it, but he left it behind while leaving for Jaipur.